Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn. How the heck are we doing? Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Sorry. I do need to turn off chat being on the screen, unfortunately. But yeah, what's going on everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn. How are we doing? How's it going? There we go. Music is turned down to an appropriate level. I don't have that here. I have this here. I don't have a stream deck here, but I don't have my knobby stream deck over here. But what's everybody? Welcome. Happy to have you here. And we're doing a very exciting unboxing and shakedown stream today. Tonight. And I hope you're excited for it, because I certainly am. And it's going to be a good one. Let's actually go ahead and get started with... I thought I had record set up, but I can just click record. There we go. Okay. Welcome everybody, I'm Brea Thorn. This is going to be an awesome stream that we're doing here. We're going to be unboxing and testing a new system from VRLA Tech. It is an update to their current Centaur system. And that update happens to include the new Intel Arrow Lake Core Ultra 7 265K. Now, we got a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to reviews, right? Because you guys have not seen a review on this CPU. You might think you have, but you haven't. And this is where I think Intel might have made a little bit of a mistake with the way that they launched Core Ultra 200S. They sent reviewers only their Core Ultra 9 and Core Ultra 5 CPUs. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to nix music for just a little while. I should have been recording that stuff. Oh, well. So I feel like Intel made a mistake with the way that they launched Core Ultra 200S CPUs, because they only sent the Core Ultra 5 and Core Ultra 9 CPUs to reviewers. Now, why is that? Why would they have done that? Because honestly, I tell you guys all the time, you didn't need a 12900K for gaming. You didn't need a 13900K for gaming. You didn't need a 14900K for just gaming. You don't need a Core Ultra 9 for just gaming. That's going to be for production stuff, for prosumer stuff, for productivity apps and multi-threaded processes and things like that. But what happens when these reviews go on? All anyone will pay attention to is the biggest, most cores, most power hungry, most all that, yeah. But that's not what I recommend to you guys. To me, the Core Ultra 7 is a lot more interesting. Because what's the difference between the Core Ultra 9 and Core Ultra 7? 4 efficiency cores, that's it. 8 performance cores, right? 16 efficiency cores, 12 efficiency cores for the Core Ultra 7. Core Ultra 7 has 12. So we're talking about the difference between a 24-core CPU and a 20-core CPU. There's, of course, a difference in max frequencies, but we know Intel did some funny stuff with the way that they handled frequencies to where, yeah, you can hit up to 5.7, but only on a couple of cores and only on lightly threaded processes. So that really doesn't matter. Now, what's the biggest difference? Like $200? Yeah. It starts to come together why Intel might have skipped out on sending the Core Ultra 7 to reviewers. It's probably going to get pretty similar performance for a lot less money. That's pretty important to me. I feel like that might be pretty important to you too. What do you think, chat? What do you think? I think it's pretty important. I'm going to take a second here to go ahead and say hi to everybody, because y'all have been chatting in here, hanging out in here. Thank you for waiting for the stream over on YouTube. Not really something you could do on Twitch, but yeah. So over on Twitch real quick, Exiled Wolf, what's going on? Observer Thoughts, Striding Jack X, thanks for being here. Toasted Salsa, Deathly Nightshade, what's up? Broga, Green Crab 6, welcome. Hayden, what's going on? Jersey Life, what's going on? I see a lot of y'all using a lot of those new emotes, which I'm happy to see. I'll just drop this for so that everybody can kind of see some of the action over. I should really have this on that side, because this is a lot more blank. But yeah, I spent time making a whole bunch of new emotes, and YouTube, it doesn't really let you use animated emotes. Sorry, YouTube audience. YouTube isn't cool enough, apparently. They're working on it, I guess. But yeah, what's going on to Angry Beaver? What's going on, buddy? Crash, welcome, welcome. Tiger Lily, welcome. Thank you for the lurk. And Eric Z, welcome. Now, what's up, YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, I was gonna be putting in more details on in the description here on the giveaway. I forgot to set up the giveaway because there was a bunch of other stuff that came up last minute, and I forgot to complete the giveaway, so I need to go and do that real quick. But that's live streaming, man. I don't have a team here. The team of 3 is me, myself, and I. That's it. But let's say hi to everybody on YouTube. What's up, Mike992? How's it going? Beltito, how's it going? Welcome. Rajath TD, how are you? Celtic Reaper, Dave Odell, Marsh Sister, hello. Short Game, what's up? We'll talk about that. Sailor X, how you doing? Jeff, welcome in. And let's see, Alicia Sana, how are you? Jose Malero, welcome. Steve, did I already say hi to you, Steve? No, hi, Steve. Sorry, it's not going to be worldwide. It's honestly usually almost just as expensive to ship a PC worldwide as the PC costs itself. So it's just not something you're going to see very often. Christian C042, welcome. Alice, how are you? May May, welcome in. Laura VB, what's up? Cash, welcome. Robert Fixit, how are you? Michelle Melton, welcome. All right, Jeff, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Love the pictures in the background. Yeah, me too. They're really cool. That's V1 Tech. Almost sounds like VRLA Tech, actually. Road to Rogue, how are you? Charles Lewis, welcome. Emesis, welcome. Man, we're getting a lot of people. Sure thing, we get it. Oh, yeah, about the giveaway thing, yeah. What's up, Christian? How's it going? Gravy's Garage, let's see those producers features. How good is the iGPU? I don't think I have the thing set up to do stuff like Puget Bench, but Puget Bench benchmarks are out there. I believe they did the... Maybe I should have gotten that. I probably should have gotten that prepared. What'll happen is there'll be an edited video for this review, and those numbers will be in there. Thoughts on 700X3? Not really what we're doing tonight, JC. That's not what we're doing. That's going to be your standard Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is a special stream because there's a whole new CPU launch, so not really a good time to do single recommendations for individual people. I'm sorry about that. What's going on? Ben Honda S2K, how's it going? Raymond Rosario, what's up? Man, there's a lot of people here. Kaiser, Reich, and Noor not really doing that today. That's going to be coming back on Tuesday. So, let's talk about gaming. Because earlier, we had Short Game saying, I guess we're all waiting for 9800X3D then for gaming. If you've listened to any of the stuff that I've said over the last, couple of weeks, yeah, you can do that. And that's totally valid. But you all got to remember, and people forget, gaming is one facet of the PC landscape. It's one part. It seems like it's all anyone cares about. And Intel was straight up saying, hey, this is not going to beat the 9800X3D. This is not going to beat the 7800X3D. This is not even going to definitively beat our own previous product. But it's going to basically keep up and be in the charts with everything else, using way less power than it used to. Is it going to use less power than AMD? It turns out no. But does it use way less power than the previous generation? Turns out yes. So it's a step in the right direction. If all you want to do is game, AMD's got it right now. They do. And that's cool. Good for AMD. But as I've said many times, the X3D chips are kind of a one-trick pony. Unless they pull some really big surprises with the 9000 series X3D chips, they suck for anything other than gaming. They just lose it. They just fall flat. bottom of the charts, usually, for anything other than gaming. That's just how that has been. That's nothing new. So it's no surprise. So that means there doesn't need to be a bunch of negativity about it, because it's not a surprise. They told us how it would go. They straight up said exactly how this was going to turn out. And though the main issue that we're having here, there's two main issues with this launch, and the reason that the launch isn't going well, two of them. Main issue I already talked about, they didn't send out the Core Ultra 7. To me, probably the most interesting processor out of all of them, just like the 14700K was the most interesting CPU for 14th gen. Okay? $200 less or so than the Core Ultra 9, and 4 fewer E-cores with a tiny bit less frequency. That sounds like a freaking bargain. If you are going to do anything other than just gaming, pay attention to this PC we're about to unbox, kindly provided by VRLA Tech, and going to be given away to a lucky winner out there. Now, if you're expecting this to be the name's going to be drawn tonight, that's not how this one's working. But what I plan on doing, I'm going to be saying a few codes tonight that for those of you who are here, you'll be able to get some extra entries. So stick around, because you'll get a better chance of winning if you do. Looking forward to the numbers video. Gravy's Garage, if you want pure numbers videos, those are mostly out there already, and there will eventually be a Core Ultra 7 one. I'm not in particular a hardcore hardware reviewer. I review pre-builts. So what are we going to be doing tonight then? Well, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to focus on what matters to pre-built buyers. Because I'm going to tell you this. I can sit through a million charts in a hardware unboxed or Gamers Nexus video. But someone who is just wanting to get into PCs and wants to know if it's good can't necessarily do that. It's a bit of information overload. So I do that to help me glean information from it. I don't have the setup to do all the testing that they do. Do you see that here? Do you see workbenches? Do you see all that? This is just, I'm a dude in a room. But what I do instead is I take a look at the build quality from pre-built system integrators, the way that they're packed, the way that they're cable managed, the way that because that really, if you want to get reviews for individual components, that's not going to tell you any kind of story when it comes to pre-builts at all. Except maybe it might recommend what to buy for your needs. So we look at that. We look at whether the way that the system integrator set it up, is it going to overheat or is it going to effectively cool the parts? And then we run some games. I unbox the thing, show you what that's like, show you what the PC's like. We do some critiques. Every time we get one, there's always a little something that can be improved, and that's part of this process. It's not a bad thing when we find that. That's part of what I offer to the SI industry. Like, hey, you can maybe tuck this here, or maybe change this little policy, change this little thing here. Oh, we found a little QC issue. This is what I do. This is how I help. This doesn't just help you guys. It helps SIs to figure out their QC stuff, which then helps you guys. So it's a little different from the content you might be used to if you're new around here, but it's going to be a good time, and I hope you'll stick around. PC reveal. Yeah, we're going to do that. Are you just trying? Okay, Emesis, when you read a book, do you just skip to the last chapter? No. You got to build up. You got to build up some excitement. You got to be invested. Giveaway isn't set up yet. Yeah. I was busy and forgot. So I should probably ruin my viewership of the stream right now and try to get that set up real quick. I do apologize. I do need to do that. Let's see. We're going with Central Time. Now, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to set this giveaway up to be a month long. That sounds like a long time. We're currently on the 24th. It is going to be drawn in 2 weeks on the 7th, which is funny because that's the launch of 9800X3D. But that's just 2 weeks from now. So for those of you who are just like, I just want gaming, I just want to have the best gaming performance, I'm never going to use my PC for anything else. I don't care about editing video. I don't care about, doing anything else that's going to be multi-threaded processes. I'm just going to be doing homework or watching videos and then playing games. Cool. You can wait 2 weeks. 9800X 3D is coming out then. Sure. But because we now understand exactly what this product is, and it's not a huge leap forward in gaming performance, but instead it's Intel cleaning the slate and starting over in a more efficient manner with new architecture and new technologies. That's what we're doing. That's what they're doing. Now we can go ahead and be like, no, but it sucks for gaming. They straight up told us that on the 10th of October. So if you're still surprised by that, you should start paying attention. And I don't know why my content creator contemporaries out there are surprised. Well, they're not surprised by it. They know it, but they're still disappointed by it. But sure, they can go ahead and be disappointed by that. But I understand, because I work with you guys so often, one-on-one, that there are many of you, like half of you out there, are not just trying to game. Seriously. If it's a crappy book, I'll skip to the end. Wow, Crash, thanks. I mean, if you come back in a few hours, there you go. You could do that. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm just going through here and adding the methods to get entries. But yeah, there's going to be... Really? Already? Okay, while I'm doing this, Twitch chat, sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and manually run an ad so we don't have pre-roll ads running. You guys know about this. I've told you about this before. Running a 1-minute ad means 20 minutes with people not having to sit through a pre-roll. 21, it can be more sometimes. But we're going to go ahead and run that. And for those of you not subscribed, if you don't have Twitch Turbo or whatever, Nitro, whatever it's called, then you're probably going to see an ad now and be back in 60 seconds. But yeah, joke is on me, Deathly Nightshade. Showing off the typing skills? I mean, a little bit. Loving the setup. Thank you. I'm looking for the nitty gritty, and I think I found it here. You did. I mean, here's the thing, guys. If I wanted to sensationalize my content, and I can't blame other content creators for that's you got to survive. You have to get views to survive in this industry. You have to. Let's see. X, follow on X. Let's go ahead and make it, let's see, VRLA Tech. Is that what they're... I can't, but like the thing is, if I were to basically go that route and sensationalize things with negativity, things like that, I would get more views, but I kind of refuse to do that. Let's see, wait, no. Yes, that's it, VRLA Tech. Okay. I gotta upgrade my plan. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Oh, is this gonna? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, got that. Got that. Um. So what should we make the first code? Basically, I'm basically going to have, I think, probably 5 codes throughout this stream. Throughout this stream at random times, I'm going to give out a code that's going to give you, let's say, 5 extra entries. That's just so you guys want to hang out. You get to actually see the PC that's up for giveaway and learn more about it. See the insides and outs so that there's no surprises. Plus, you get to see what VRLA tech can do. So, let's say the first code. Okay. And worth 5 entries. There we go. Now this is all free stuff. This is just going to be free. None of this costs you any money. I'm not going to do. There's a thing where you can actually give people more entries for subscribing to you on Twitch. Never going to do that. Not pay to win on these. But there we go. Let me do that. Prizes and. Okay. Okay. Wait. Wait till y'all see this thing. It's going to be freaking awesome. Now, I'm not going to put full description. I'm done. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stuff into the description of the giveaway. I'll do that afterwards. I should have done this earlier today. But so far, there are going to be... Wait, 9 days left. The date is wrong. Set up... Why is it saying 9 days left? It's 2 weeks. Oh, the start. I have to put the start of it today. It is today. Well, whatever. Okay. 12 a.m. on the 24th, right? Okay. Whatever. I can correct the length of it and everything afterwards. That's that. There you go. Let me go ahead and save this and give you guys the link. I'll put it in the description of the stream, and we'll make a little reminder thing, timer to pop up in on Twitch. Yeah, ends in 14 days. There we go. Okay, there we go. And link. All right, neat. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm willing to bet a few people left after that, all that nonsense. Let me verify it's... Okay. And here we go. All right, done there. All right, we'll be unboxing this thing in a second. Just making the streaming tool, no, chatbot, timers. Go. There we go. Activate timer. All right. Neat. That should just take a minute to come up. So, just to drop it in there real quick for both YouTube and Twitch, there's a link. Go join. And for those of you who are here right now, guess what? You get a code, and that code is for 5 extra entries. You can follow me on Twitch and follow VRLA Tech on Twitch. That's 1 entry each. That's free. There you go. Here's the secret code to get 5 extra entries. It is all caps VRLA. There you go. Do y'all get that? Blink and you'll miss it. But we're back. We're ready to go. We're ready to do this thing. All right? Okay. So, one of the first things that I want to point out as a big plus here this thing comes double boxed. Look at that. Double boxed with fragile stickers all over it. But what don't you see? You don't see gaming PC. No, guys, you don't put the code in chat. You have to click the link to go to the giveaway. What are y'all doing? What are we doing right now? It's not here. It's there. It's the link. You check the description or look at where I posted it right there in chat. And in Twitch, it's going to be bringing that back every now and then. I'm just going to have to go to the Gleam giveaway and re-enter that now and then. Or enter a new code. But there it is. This is not a budget PC, y'all. This has a Core Ultra 7, basically like an i7, right? Core Ultra 7, 265K, and a 4070 Ti Super. This thing is kind of a monster, so you do want your chance to win it. Everybody gets a chance. It's telling me, sorry, you're creating too many entries. Let's see if that happens to anybody else. So I shouldn't be using bots to make more entries. New username 007. That doesn't sound like a bot. It's VRLA, all caps, Banira. VRLA. Y'all are so dramatic. Okay. I get it, though. I get it. It's exciting. It's easy to get caught up in that excitement. It's just floof. That cat life. That's what that is. So, big benefit of having an unmarked outer box surrounding the inner box is that it's much less likely to be tampered with or stolen. So that's a big plus right there. Plus, they're using expanding foam to then encase the inner box here. So this is pretty well protected. This foam is going to go everywhere, basically. And I got to tell you guys, putting this back in when I have to ship this off to the giveaway winner is going to be interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over right here, just to get the inner box out. We'll see if I'll be able to replicate that whole setup there and try to put it in here in the order that it was. There we go. But yeah, they basically take scrap foam and Instapack in order to sort of provide additional protection to the PC. And then we see this. What is that? That is a Y40 box. Because this is in the Y40 case. Funny story to that. I know height. I know those guys. And I know plenty of SIs. I've never gotten a system in the Y40. Deal with that. Hey, what's up, Toaster? How's it going? What's up, Northern Lights? Northern Lights, if you scroll up just a little bit, it should be there because it usually, Twitch will populate some previous chats. I posted the link right there. Take a photo so you can reference the packing. Yeah, I guess. I'll probably replace it with my own foam. I typically one thing I will say is just okay about the foam there. I typically use closed cell foam. Some of what they're using here is just like styrofoam. Not my favorite, but what happens is they probably have a bunch of extra styrofoam from some other PC boxes and things like that that they get. Man, this blade is loose. What's up, Jerry Rig Everything? What's up with your knife? Why is this all loose? I can probably screw these down to fix that, actually. Anyway, so in essence, if they use that to line their outer boxes, then that's kind of like recycling. Because like it or not, case manufacturers are going to be using styrofoam. Some will use closed cell foam, which is a better way to go, but not all. Here to watch chat scramble for the giveaway? I mean, okay, let's take a look at what we're getting in the box here, because we're already getting to some good stuff. So, looking here, that is way too bright. Hold on a second. Don't get claustrophobic on me, chat. I know I would. You'll be okay. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so right when you open this box... Oh, I can't do that. So right when you open this box, you're greeted with a quick start guide. This is what I like to see. And it looks like it's right side up here, and then it's also right side up here. I think this is supposed to be folded. But either way, probably folded like that. I don't know. Either way, it's fine. I really like their branding. I like their coloring and all that. It's really nice. However, so always connect your display to the ports at A, which is your graphics card, not at B. But if your system does not have a graphics card, then you connect it at B. There you go. Different types of connectors listed here. And then your peripheral connections shows you how to do that. There you go. And then to make sure, we've all done this. Oops, I'm covering my face. We have all done this, but make sure to switch your power supply on before proceeding. Plus, QR code, phone number, email, all that right there for you to contact them, where they can help you with setting up your PC, plugging in your monitor, controlling RGB, drivers and software, general questions and answers, and warranty information. More notes on the back here on how to open your PC, because you got to be able to do it in order to remove the internal packing there. Okay? And you have to do that before. And they even tell you to go ahead and inspect all cables, because sometimes it'll be pretty obvious when there's a cable loose. Not always, but sometimes. And then we have the accessory box from the case. They removed it from the case, put it out here, because guess what? Now there's parts in the case, so this can't really be in there. What comes in the accessory box, you might ask? That would be very specific to this PC, to this case anyway. You're going to have some case screws, more case screws. These probably weren't used in the build because any system integrator is going to have a huge stockpile of these kind of screws already. Now, this is a combination audio microphone and headphone jack on the front panel I/O. So there's a breakout cable here for that in case your headset uses that. And they went ahead and left you with the cable management ties and all that right there. There you go. So that will be kept safe for the winner of the PC. And then you see there is a little bit of extra packing in here. A little bit there, a little bit there. Now remember, I don't have to take pictures of how this is. I have video. Because someone did mention that. And I take pictures. Like, I'll just watch this. So this is a great way to unbox your PC. But as you can see, it's here. You have the styrofoam on both sides here. So how the heck do you get that out of there safely? I'll show you. Now, it's easier to do this on a lower surface, on the floor, really. But I have to show you, so I can't do that. So I will basically do it this way. Let me move this keyboard here out of the way. You want to open it from the top because you have the handle grips right here. It can be helpful if you can reach in there to push those out, like so. See that? So that the styrofoam doesn't grab on them. when it's sliding out. And then we're going to go ahead, hold this down, and you might want to try to hold it. It's a little hard to do that. But then you take the whole thing while using part of your hand to hold this in. It doesn't take much force to hold it in, just a little bit, just to keep it from sliding out. As you hold it there, then flip it over, and then just ease that on out of there. Now, the downside to doing it this way is that a bunch of stuff's going to fall out. That's okay. Like, oh, we have some custom cables here. That's nice. Oh yeah, we got some custom white cables here, cable extensions. And then we have some goodies. I like goodies. They're good. It's in the name. So this is the VRLA tech bag right here. And let's have a look-see at what we get. I'm blocking the light with this PC here. All right, well, how about I finish taking this out of the pack first? Let's do that, out of the packing. So this is the bottom. So I will gently, from the bottom here, lift that up and then just ease that off of there. I'm pushing from the bottom in the back and then front on the top there. We ease that down gently. This goes back in the box. And guys, I've told you this a million times, keep your original packaging in case you need to store your PC to move or something. Or if you need to send it back for an RMA for them to work on it, you need that original packaging. So then before we flip this onto its feet, we're gonna go ahead and pull that on this side here. And then on the other side, well, this is already looking pretty good, isn't it? You guys know I love a white build. We'll just lift that up right there, pull that out, and voila, there we go. This also can be helpful to keep with your packaging, just to make sure it doesn't get like, ooh, getting very staticky from these. Thankfully, it's just the metal case and not a sensitive component, but that can happen too. We're keeping that too, that styrofoam, which does, by the way, look like it's a little bit, it's gonna be a little hard to see this. You gotta be really careful with this kind of packaging. This might be a bit hard to see. Let's see if I can backlight it real quick to show you. Do we see how that's breaking? Once this is broken, it's really hard for it to be useful. It isn't going to be very useful. It'll shift around inside the box and basically be kind of useless. So you guys saw how careful I was going at it when I was taking that out of there. That's the kind of thing that we do need to be very careful about when you have a company like Height that sells expensive cases but uses cheap packaging. Height, you know it's true. Stop using styrofoam. I think they even use styrofoam on their like $350 Y70 Touch. Come on. Could be wrong. I'll have to go back to my video, my stream about that and figure that out. But love their cases, don't love their packaging. So yeah, something to be careful about. Now that this is kind of out of the way, let's go back to top-down footage here. And this is the, oh yeah. Right about there. This is the VRLA Tech goodie bag right here. So here we have a power supply cable, C13 power supply cable right there. You will need that. You got yourself a little lanyard. That's cool. Here you go. That'll go to the winner of the PC. They didn't put in an extra one for me. I'm hurt. I'm not. I'm fine. It's okay. And then just some extra case components, things like the PCIe slot covers that they used. You have from the motherboard, you have a couple goods for the motherboard as well. Like you're going to need these right here. You're going to need these. These are the antenna for the motherboard's Wi-Fi. And a while back, a friend of mine was like, hey man, on this PC, why can't I get Bluetooth? And why is my Wi-Fi shabby? And I was like, did you hook up the antenna? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, both of them? He was like, both of the... Oh. Yeah, you do need both of these for that to work. Awesome merch sleeves right there. Are you talking about this thing or these sleeves? Because, yeah, I know. Exclamation point merch on Twitch. There you go. Now, what is this guy? So that's your SATA cables. This is an extra standoff, and I'm betting there's an M.2 screw in here somewhere. There is. It's right here. M.2 screws are minuscule. They are the smallest screws in PC building, and boy, don't we love them. Now, what is this? Oh, okay. So ASRock. We must have an ASRock motherboard, and indeed we do. So that has a little ASRock badge. Can you see that? See that? Beauty influencer kind of thing right there. Here, I got to do it this way. I have to do it over here. See? There you go. I don't know why I would put I don't know why you would put this on anything. It's like very, very thin metal. But sure, ASRock, you got it. And then, of course, the manual for the case itself, which could be handy if you're trying to do something like adding something like a SATA drive later on. Where do I put the SATA drive? You have SATA cables and the instruction manual right there. So you will need that. So we'll put all that stuff back in here. I already have my own power cable, so I'm not going to use this one. There you go. There you go. Very cool. Let's talk a little bit about VRLA Tech real quick. VRLA Tech is a company that actually started doing enterprise stuff first and then moved into the gaming space. And now here they are. And I did do a review of their system way back when. It might be like the second PC I ever reviewed. And it was great. They did a good job on it. So it's been a while now. We're going to see how they do here. Let me get my lazy Susan, because I am a lazy streamer. So this is, of course, the Height Y40, the follow-up to the Y60, where they stopped cutting corners. Haha, get it? No, actually, it doesn't have the like corner cut off. Okay. Now looking at this, you're going to see that this looks familiar to you. If you're not familiar with the Y40, you'd be like, well, they just copycatted blank, 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 blank case. No, all of those cases copied this. Crazy, I know, but that's how that worked out. So to open that I should have to remove the top probably. Let's see. So with this, we'll just yoink, pull off the top. It's already looking pretty good. Pull off the top right there, and then check for any screws that are retaining any of the panels. Nope. That's not a thing here, it seems. Okay. So this should just open up, right? Again, I've never reviewed this case. I never got one for review. Okay, right there, there's a little... There's something blocking on the bottom. What the heck? How did... Okay. Seems to be a little trick to getting the side panel open. Instead of breaking it, I'm going to go ahead and... Look, they provided the manual. How useful is that? I just have one of those shark fin looking antenna. Oh, those are good. The ones where you have the cable that gives it, where you can extend it and place it anywhere, those are nice. I like that. Okay, last thing I want to do, if this was something that I was going to get to keep for testing or whatever, I'd be like, oh, let's just force the thing open. But no, I want to keep this thing pristine because someone's going to win this. All right, buddy. Okay, all right. So it goes up. Ah, okay. This, to me, looked like a hinge. It wasn't. It was a very typical kind. I was like, how am I supposed to pivot this out? No, it just pops out and then up. Right? Making sure. Pop out. Pull up. Yeah. I don't feel too good about this, but man, the tolerances on that are insane. It is glass. That is glass. That PC was dangerously close to the table edge. Table edge is like way over here. I mean, dangerously close. Ah, man. It does feel like there's something holding it in. So, I'm going to double check this. God, I always make such a huge mess when I do these. Turn that brightness down. Nope, no screw there. No. What the heck? What's wrong with me? This is a me thing. I'm pretty sure it's a me thing. Pop out. Pull up. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Well, if I break this, I'll have to ask VRLA Tech to send me another panel. Oh, I'm an idiot. Why is this taped? For safety purposes. All right, I get it. This was taped. Very, very clear. Oh, good. It's the kind of tape that gives little strips. It's packing tape. But this has peels on it. All right, we're doing a premature peel, everybody, just to get this tape off. Sorry to the winner, you don't get to do the peel. I need to get B-roll of this anyway, so you probably wouldn't get to do it regardless. But this is going to take the tape off for us. Was not expecting that, but you know what? Good extra safety measure, not going to lie. It could have just been like masking tape, though, rather than packing tape. But what do you have in a warehouse? You got packing tape. I can see, like, there is no way I'm going to get this pattern again with the packing materials. There's so much packing material in here. Like, VRLA Tech wants this thing to arrive in one freaking piece, that's for sure. There we go, look at that. There was the culprit, here. Watch. I swear, packing tape is just the clearest tape. It comes out super clear, so I could not see that. But there it is. We did it. I shall not be defeated by a tiny piece of tape. I could have just cut it off, honestly. The big direction card that came in the box, I don't know if it mentioned tape. Let's find out. Because that is specific to this case. Most cases don't have a front and side glass. Show me where here. Where's the tape at? Where's the, hey, we're going to tape it for extra safety. I'm not mad about that. I just didn't catch it. So. But we got it. Now, I'm going to try to document this really well so I can maybe pack this the same way. If not, I'll get my own Instapack and try to pack it myself. So we have just some bubble wrap in here to get the parts that are pretty well attached, so you don't need to worry about those. It's the GPU, right? The GPU is what we're all concerned about. Oh boy, that looks cool. All right, I like that. I like what I'm seeing so far, everybody. But I think this, when it comes to Instapack and removing it from your PC, be very careful, do it very slowly, take your time. Because this thin plastic can very easily catch on little cable connectors and rip them right off the motherboard if you're not careful and you don't take your time. I know you want to get to gaming, but you don't want to have to pack this thing right back up and send it right back into them. Now, this probably comes off with some screws from the back and the top. If I took off this front glass, it would probably be a lot easier to do this. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. So on the side here, We'll go back to where we were. This means that we're going to get to see the cable management sooner than expected. Hey, where did my screw bit? What the heck? What did I do? There it is. It's got a bit holder, and I didn't leave it in there. Okay, this should be easy. It should just go pop, pop. There we go. Okay, yeah. It is difficult to add in the length that is added with cable extensions and still make it really nice. But you know what? Look at the bottom here. You can't necessarily see it. Let me raise this up. I can't quite reach that, can I? Let's move some of this stuff out of the way real quick. There, that added some light for us. Nice. But yeah, no, this looks good to me. And also, interestingly, we have the Corsair, what is it, the Shift? We have the side exit ports on this power supply. So they used a high-end power supply for this system. Yeah, it's Corsair. Look at that. So if you need to add cables, which they sent you all the original cables for the power supply here. Like I don't think we even needed to do cable extensions because these are already decent looking cables. They're not nice. They're not like separated and sleeved and combed. So this does look better. But yeah, this is awesome. Also, the white that Corsair does is I think like a little dirtier white than the clean white that Height uses, in my opinion. So they wouldn't have been a perfect match, but still, you have a white power supply, white cables, and this is all facing out of the side. So adding more cables, adding SATA drives, things like that, checking connections, all really nice. So don't worry, Hayden, there's going to be another one coming up. But basically, the way it should work is that people who are here the longest have the most unique codes that are here hanging out. Even I know sometimes you just couldn't make it earlier, and that's fine, but yeah, sorry about that. Stick around. We're going to be doing 4 more unique codes during this stream. So there are 2 screws on the front here, on the side, that keep the front glass panel on. We're going to go ahead and remove those, remove the front glass panel, just so we can remove this packing material without stressing it too much, without tearing it, so it's reusable, and so that we don't pull any cables off the motherboard. Oh, I can't do it. There's screws underneath as well. Can't do it. Oopsie poopsie. Oh well. I'll just have to supply my own Instapack if that's the case. Again, this is my first time working with the Y40. I've never had a system sent to me in one. I've never done a build in one. These are the kinds of things that you get with familiarity, where you know, oh, in order to take off this panel, I got to do this and that. In order to do this, I got to do that. And I wasn't anticipating there to be just regular, clear, strong packing tape there. But I'm not embarrassed. Why are you still talking about it? There. Anyway, nice cable management. We still got to get this out of here, though. And I'm pretty sure this thing has gone... There we go. It's around the GPU. What's up, Alucard? How's it going? Sorry, guys. For those of you who hang out a lot during the streams, you know during regular streams, I'm very interactive with chat. With this one, whenever I do an unboxing or a build, I'm usually a lot more focused on what I'm doing and presenting whatever we're looking at here. So apologies for that. You know I like to be part of the conversation and all that. Oh, that might be the problem. We have our AIO cables. There, the tubes. Man, we got a double threat over here with the tubes and with the GPU. But we're just gently wiggling it out, getting it out from in between those fans right there, and just encouraging it to exit the PC case. But this is something you will experience. And it's not just with VRLA Tech. Instapack is probably one of the more common experiences you're going to share between system integrators. And we wedge our fingers in there from the top, push it down, get it out. There we go. And we had to rotate it 360 degrees, but there it is. It's out, everybody. I'm not going to reuse that one anyway because it really went in there in the most annoying way possible. Okay, and then this one is just up and out. This one went in between the GPU and the PCIe riser cable, so I got to be careful. Yeah, it's the 12VH PWR cable is kind of in the way there, so I'm going to remove that, unfortunately. There we go. And it should come now right out. This is one of the most gorgeous GPUs on the market. That right there is the Gigabyte Aero GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. Stupidest name ever because 4070 Ti Super is just dumb, but gorgeous, gorgeous graphics card. And yeah, we do have a custom white 12VH PWR cable here, which is, that's really nice. It looks really good. We just want to make sure it is clicked all the way in. Click that all the way in. Most of the failures you've seen in 12VH PWR connectors was shown to be user error. Let's get a good look at the inside here. And yeah, that is a gorgeous, beautiful GPU. Looks like we have an ASRock Pro. That should be, this is going to be one of the new motherboards. This is socket 1851 now. It's no longer LGA 1700. So I am not familiar with this board at all. And there have been, here's one thing that we're going to be remembering as we go, chat. We're doing this together. Listen up, everybody. Any weirdness with this PC is because this is a brand new platform that has just launched. And unlike some of the other people who do what I do, have not forgotten what it is to have early adopter woes. And the fact that, without exception, every new platform has quirks and weird things happening when it first launches. Every time. Why are we still acting surprised when that happens, guys? We know that. Now, it doesn't mean we can excuse those things. No, really, because they could have waited, let it cook for another month and brought it out. But there have been some weirdness. There has been some weirdness going on. The same thing happened to AMD a month and a half ago. Whatever. We know that. But early adopter woes are a well-documented phenomenon. We know about that. It's a new technology. It's a new platform. It's a new socket. It's a new chipset. It's a new CPU or family thereof. That's what happens. So any weirdness here, what we're doing right now, we are looking at the build quality to basically exonerate VRLA Tech if there's any weirdness. Because as long as everything is put together right, it's all on Intel at that point, baby. It's all on Intel. So I'm pulling on our 8-pin EPS connectors back here. I can do that from the back actually here. And they are clicked in and secure. That is a big caveat sometimes. That does get you. And then we have our 280 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. That's 280, right? Is that 240? That might be 240, actually. 240. Okay, that's 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. But remember, not only is this not the Core Ultra 9, this is also going to be, so this is not like your i9, right? It's what was the equivalent of the i7. But also, it should run cooler in general just because of the nature of the new architecture and the new roadmap for Intel. So we'll see how, this is going to be a good test right here. We're going to see how a 240 does to cool 20 cores. I probably would have gone with the 360. Just put the radiator in the top as exhaust, side intake fans, good to go. But this is better than going the easy route and going with the 360. We're going to see how a 240 does here. And I say it's a 240 because you can see the outer slots right there. That's where it would be mounted if it was a 280. So I would have gone 280 or put a 360 in there, and I must have missed that when we were chatting about the PC. So, you know, because we were chatting about this and talking about, well, what kind of upgrades should there be? What should we make? How should we change it? How should they change it? Because this was a new thing for them, and I didn't think to be like, go 280 or go with the 360, because why wouldn't you, right? But yeah, now the Y40 case is designed to have the GPU like this. Now, how is that going to be a downside if you want to do streaming? Well, on our back panel, because of that, you cannot put full-size PCIe add-in cards, like for your for a capture card, for something like an add-in USB card. But thankfully, manufacturers understand that there are low-profile cases that people might want to use for purposes like that, where they might want extra I/O. So you can get something like this right here. Take a look at that. Low profile, no additional power needed. It's all provided by PCIe bus, and 4 additional USB Type-Cs, and 4 additional USB 3.0, just like that. And this was probably like 25, 30 bucks. Now, in case you end up putting this in a larger case where it has, or a case that doesn't have this as a mainstay, right? Then you do have a full-size bracket that comes with this. But yeah, just look up USB 3.0 low profile PCIe, and you'll find something like that. So there you go. For the later video that's going to be made of this, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description for this particular one, because it's a good one, because it's purple. Why wouldn't you want that? Purple PCBs all day long. Here's a little test for thoroughness right here. Check this out. Let's just see. Most SIs don't do this. Did they get them? Yeah, I think they did the peels off of the hubs of the fans. Good job, VRLA Tech. Nice done. Nicely done. The problem with this setup, though, is that there's a lot of the motherboard we can't see. Though the benefit of that is it can hide your cable management sins if you're building it yourself. But of course, VRLA Tech doesn't need that because they're professionals, right? So we're taking a good look back there. I'll get B-roll of this. It's all really nicely managed. Same thing in the top. Everything is zip tied, kept pretty together up there. You can't see it until I do that. Look at that. Super clean. Totally fine. Like, they even cable managed the AIO. Now, that shouldn't sound like such a big deal. It is. I've seen plenty where it's just like cables are kind of everywhere, or they're like twisty tied right here into a bow or something. No, that's clean. Like, I'm pretty happy with this. Well, I'm very happy with this. Let's take a look at the back. right here. We're going to get a close-up look rather than the far-away look we had earlier. There we go. Not that close-up. So again, this is the Corsair. Was it called Shift? Can someone help me real quick? Was it called Corsair Shift? What was it called? You know, the one where it has the Corsair Shift. Yep, I was right. Thank you. How much RAM? Saw 2 sticks. Should be 32 gigs of DDR5. New Intel platform, DDR5 only. Sorry, guys, I gotta hydrate real quick. Thank you, guys. But yeah, Corsair Shift power supply. Now, this is more designed for Corsair cases, I think. There's not a ton of space in here, but you know what? They did a good job of managing the cables here and then zip tying them all right there, keeping all your extra slack there. The downside is going to be, well, I guess this is your extra storage thing right here. So you can basically, it looks like you can basically screw on either a 2.5-inch SSD or 3.5-inch hard drive right there. And then there is the one fan in the back there. If you can see this here, I love having a zoom lens on my top-down camera. See that fan back there? So that, they actually did a really good job. None of these cables are blocking that airflow right there. Not one. That is excellently done. I just want, like, okay. Next time I'm in SoCal, I'm going to find the builder that built this and give them a high five. All right? That's a contractually obligated thing now because I said so on YouTube, on the internet. So you have to. This is well done. I do like it. Yeah, are these? Yeah, these are cable extensions even for... Oh, no, that's the fans. These are the VRLA Tech branded fans. For the white ones, they have white sleeved cables. What the heck? They have white sleeved cables for their branded fans. I want that to sink in for y'all. We've seen a lot of like SI branded fans before. They just have the basic cables. They're from an ODM that makes them for a lot of companies. This is not free. Dennis Barry, can you mount that GPU in the traditional way if you want to? Unfortunately, with height Y-series cases like the Y40, Y60, Y70, the point of those cases, and this is from a conversation with the lead architect of height. I did an interview with him, and that's Rob Teller. The point was to do something no one else was doing, which was to standardize vertically mounted GPUs. So because you have these half-height PCIe slots back here, see how those are half-height right there? Haha, get it? Height. You cannot mount a GPU unless it's a low-profile one. Imagine doing that. Like a low-profile 4060. The Gigabyte makes one. Unless it's a low-profile GPU, you're not mounting another GPU in here. Like, you're not mounting your GPU in the standard horizontal fashion. So it's meant to display your GPU, which is the most expensive component in the system. Usually. It should be. It should be the most for anything that's going to be used for gaming. I have no notes. My friends, those of you out there who have been to a lot of these, how many times do I have no notes for cable management and the way that it's good. It is very, very good quality. Very well done. Thank you, Alucard. Many times have I had no note. I usually have some kind of recommendation or note. This is good. To me, the Y40 has a few limitations, and VRLA Tech has worked with. Oh, you know what? I did have one note, and it's about the choice for a 240, but that could prove to be a non-issue. So we don't know yet. We'll find out when we run this thing, because this was done in a hurry. We decided to do this last Friday. And then they didn't have the motherboard to do the build until Monday. They overnighted this yesterday. This was done in a huge hurry to get it out to get it on time for launch day. Thank you, VRLA Tech, for doing that. Thank you very much. It's freaking awesome. Like, y'all did a freaking awesome job in here. The only thing that I could think could possibly be an issue is the cooler being a little bit too small in terms of thermal capacity. But they barely had time to test it because I was like, yeah, can we get it in time for launch? And they're like, okay, sure. Yeah. I was like, thanks. Sorry. That's that conversation. That's how that conversation went. I'm happy with this. Like, here's the thing, guys. Remember this. Anybody can build a PC. Anybody can. And you'll have people out there telling you that you should build a PC. Everybody should build their own PCs. I build all my own PCs. Well, in your lifetime, you might build 10 of them. Okay? Someone who works at an SI as a builder, that can be a day for them. So whenever there's someone out there who's like, oh, these companies, they don't know how to build PCs. They build more PCs than you'll see in your life. In 1 week, they do that. The average builder at a medium-sized SI. So, like, chill out. Now, are they working under limitations of time and scale? Yeah, of course. But you refine that. You learn how to work within those limitations and overcome. And this was a difficult task. And they knocked it out of the park. You should try to build it. So you have some appreciation for the art of cable management. Meridan, it is not an art, it is a chore often, but yes, it is an art. It is, yeah. Baruchu, I can build a PC, but it won't look pretty like that. There you go. I met many people who should never build a PC 3D effects. You're absolutely right. That's absolutely true. And that is why pre-builts make up the majority of PC hardware sales around the world. Like it or not, I'm a PC DIY obsessed nerd. I love it. We're part of a niche. So that kind of negativity, I don't really like it. And it's not welcome here. But I'd rather just show why it's necessary to have something like this. Like this, I couldn't have managed to throw this together. I mean, I could have, and give me an afternoon and maybe I could do something, throw this together. But I mean, getting the parts in, piecing it together, testing it, burn in, packing it up, shipping it out in a matter of a couple days. I can't do that. This is good. They did a really good job. So let's see how it runs. Oh, I want to show you all the I/O real quick. So this, let's actually do it in a pretty cringe way here, but I want to show it well. Don't worry, there's still the plastic film on the front glass. So this is the I/O of, I'm guessing this is an ASRock Pro Z890. One thing I will say, I wish that there had been the manual and the manual for the motherboard. It doesn't look like all of the motherboard accessories were sent, but most of them were, yes. Looking at the I/O here, this is not bad right here. You have 4 USB 2.0s, 2 USB 3.0s. It's not great. And then 1 USB 10 gigabit per second, 2 Thunderbolt 4. That's pretty crazy. And 2.5 gig Ethernet and Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if it's 6E or 7. We'll find out. But all this space right here could have been more USB Type A, I feel. This is a little bit anemic. But it's likely that this is so that it's not super duper expensive. They just cut corners here and there. This is not like the Tai Chi or anything from ASRock. They do have the Aqua from ASRock that has all USB Type C. So we're not looking at anything crazy like that. But, you know, it's okay. Remember, you can very easily... This is fine for just gaming. For just gaming, this is totally fine. But if you want to stream and you need to start connecting more and more devices, don't forget you can get a card like that right there at a really low price. It's plug and play, and it will work with this case. You could even do probably more than one of these. So, and I use these. I use these in my PCs with peripherals that I need to run well. They're communicating directly through PCIe. So, depending on the motherboard, some higher end motherboards, surprisingly enough, get fewer PCIe slots, which is just great. I love that. I love that little trick that they do there. But yeah, I feel like PCIe add-in cards are one of the most underutilized things in the average PC. You can get a whole lot out of those. Now, it is just about time to get this thing, well, reassembled for one thing. Other than that side glass, we're leaving that off for now. One of my pet peeves about the height cases is this. By the way, I'm on the wrong screen. One of my pet peeves about the height cases is this right here. You can't remove this filter for cleaning. Just you have to take the whole side panel off, and then just like canned air from the inside, or a brush it out, or take it outside, hose it off, I guess. I don't know. But you cannot remove that for cleaning. And on the top panel as well, that is just sealed in there with plastic. Also, in the bottom of the case, you typically, with these cases, you have to turn the whole PC over in order to reach the bottom filter and clean that out. And let's see if that's still the case here. And actually, no. It looks like on this one, you have something interesting. Oh, actually, wait. You do need to tip it over because it's going to be hard to get your fingers in there. But you tip it over a little bit, and then with a little effort, you kind of have to pull it down. That slides out from that side. And then on the other one, where you're going to need to do it, on the right side, you apparently have the same thing. You pull down a bit on that little tab, and then pull it out, and that's how you can change this filter and the other one. They're both going to have fans pulling in dust. So really, really, guys, PC off the floor, please. Off the floor. You don't put the PC on the floor. That's where dust goes, because gravity. I do like the branding, though. Okay. The way that's molded in there is super sick. All right, that's enough of poking about. Let's see how it works. And let's see how it lights up. Now, chat over in Twitch, y'all have a job to do. For everyone who's subscribed, you have an emote just for this moment. I'm actually going to bring y'all back onto the stream just for this. Even with the chat box. There we go. Not yet, not yet. Hold off. You don't want to spoil the moment. You gotta get the right moment there. So some of y'all who know me well might be wondering, why didn't they go with purple cable extensions? Because objectively, the best color is purple, and that's just my preference. But why didn't they do that? Well, if this PC was for me to keep around for testing or for whatever, I would have asked for that. However, this PC is for a winner for somebody else. And I figured, white PC, white GPU, white cables. Let's just keep it in line with that. Keep that aesthetic going. So it made more sense to just use white cable extensions. Let's get those in there. Nope. Where are you going? There you go. All right. I'm glad ad didn't make me miss a boot up. I wouldn't have done it during an ad. I was keeping an eye on that. Connecting. 1 second. There we go. That's a little better. All right, guys. Now ready? We've already got some RGB happening on the motherboard. But now it is time. 3, 2, 1, go. There it is. Yo, Forgotten Freshmen, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Everybody drop them RGB remotes. Drop those RGB emotes. Oh yeah, look at that. So we got a custom VRLA Tech like holographic CPU block. Really nice. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Super clean. Smart of them to not waste an RGB fan with that bottom intake fan. Smart. Striding Jack, there are 3 emotes to that. It is Let's Go and Nerds. Try them in a row, and then you got the... I like that y'all are using just nerds, or let's. It's Let's Go Nerds is the thing. Try it out. There it is. Love that. No, this is nice. This is nice. Now you'll notice that the GPU fans aren't spinning, but they spun at the beginning. It's powered up. There's lights on it. But it's in a 0 mode. Like, it's not in use. It's not being stressed, so the fans aren't spinning. It's part of like an eco mode kind of thing. So there you go. All right. Let me bring those down a little bit. It's a little bright. Probably should have done that earlier. Okay, so now I got to get this working, and that's always a good time. Are you even plugged? Yeah, you're plugged in. What's the deal, buddy? Yo, there it is. Woohoo! Can't enter. I don't have X. I would have had more stuff, more entries, but I forgot to like in the haste to set everything up for stream today. I forgot to set it up. So, all right. So Maxis, because of that, the first code is VRLA, all caps. No push-pull config on the RAD. Push-pull doesn't do that much. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, this thing, it is an amazing feeling, Hayden, because a lot of the PCs that I get in, like, I got to fiddle with my capture card, and then it turns out, oh, I needed to update the video drivers or things like that. And I'm not going to say a lot, but a few of the PCs I get in have those issues. This would be sick with some Unifans. I think it looks good like this. I think they did a perfectly good job with this. Now, I would say this, VRLA Tech, look into getting some reverse flow fans in your own from that manufacturer that makes your branded fans. See if they have reverse flow ones because they're making nice fans. They look nice. The RGB is even, no hot spots. They're really nice fans. Plus with the braided sleeve or like the mesh sleeved cables in white for the white fans, it's so sick. They're very nice fans for being branded fans like that. See if they have reverse flow for when you have side or bottom intake so you can show the pretty side of it. Again, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it very much. Now it's time for... Devin, hold on a second. I still need to set this up in Gleam. But next code. What's the next code? Next code's going to be capital C, capital U, 7. CU7, which stands for Core Ultra 7. Let me go set that up. Oh, I closed the window. Oh, boy. Back to Gleam I go. Current code, the previous code was VRLA, all caps. I just said it for somebody else. I'll say it for you guys too. Then CU7. All right. I'm not going to say these again, though. Oh, wrong keyboard, of course. I do that all the time. Wrong mouse. I do that all the time, too. I should probably have a... Okay. Actions, entries. Let's edit this. So for those of you who don't have X, following both VRLA Tech and myself on X, Twitter, that's going to give you 1 entry each. Each of these secret codes is worth 5. So... All right, code CU7, Charlie, Utah 7, capital letters. That's the next code. So, yeah, I know it might be annoying if you don't have X, Twitter, whatever, but that's worth 1/5 of just putting in these 2 codes, because this gets you 10 entries putting in those 2 codes. And following VRLA Tech and myself gets you 2 entries total. So, yeah, please do that, though, because following me on X, Twitter, whatever, is a great way, because I put a lot of my updates on when I'm going to be doing giveaways, when streams are happening, when delays are happening, when things like that happen. I put those updates on both the announcements channel on the Discord and also on Twitter, X. So those are the 2 places where you can keep up. So following me there is actually a great way to find out about more of these in case you don't win. Here's the thing about PC giveaways, guys. They're fun. Have fun with this. You get a shot at winning it. Go for it. More people lose than people that win, right? I mean, there's going to be 1 winner. But I do more of these. This is not the only giveaway I do. Stick around, you'll get more chances. But also, don't pin all your hopes on a giveaway. If you're trying to figure out what your budget is, what you're gonna don't figure out what your budget, but if you have your budget, you're trying to figure out what to get for your own pre-built PC or parts list for a DIY build, that is what I do. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I help people one-on-one with finding the right pre-built or parts list for them. I sometimes even help figure out how to upgrade one for you, what parts you should get to upgrade the PC you've already got. And that's free. So subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and you'll see when that happens. Hit the little bell so that when you're ready to buy a PC or build a PC, you have someone who's going to help you one-on-one. And I've been doing this for years. Now, you're a winner too, buddy. Not of this. I can't dictate that. That's a drawing. And it's going to be running for 2 weeks. 2 semanas. All right. Where is this glass panel? Because if we want to be fair and test this out properly, we got to close this thing up. Oops, there we go. Cannot believe the difficulty I had with that before. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and, I hate these stickers. I think they're dumb. It should be on the plastic peel, not on the glass. Handle it with care. It's tempered glass. You should know that. Okay. Okay, we're going to do our little... Okay, we got to click on there. OOBE. Bypass. Oops. NRO. There we go. If you want to make an account and not, if you want to set up your PC and set up with a local account, you Shift F10 to get into the command prompt. Click on the command prompt so it's actually on there. OOBE / bypass NRO. Bypass NRO. Oh man, what's the go-to ice cream? Good question. I do like Bluebell. What is it? It's like a... There's a cookie one. It's like Night Sky something, whatever. It's really, really good. I don't know, whatever. All ice cream is good. All right, I can't... Adam Shepard, what's going on? Love your content, tons of info, but easy to understand. Thank you. This does look super clean. I'm glad that we went with this one. So they're going to be streams of every day with more codes? Nope. It's going to be these 5 codes. That sounds like a lot of work for me. So no, thank you. Like I don't stream every day to begin with. So stream three times a week. I mean, that probably would be a really good campaign or whatever, but like, this is not really, it's not, if this was like a marketing thing where I was trying to, I would have like, oh, follow me on this and follow me on that and follow me on here. No, just follow me on Twitter and here's some secret codes that give you way more entries. I'm not trying to do some big marketing campaign here. This is just to get a PC in the hands of a lucky winner. Because that's fun. Okay, I'm going to take chat off the screen now for the rest of the content. Just because we use this for the review video. Sorry, guys. Thank you for being part of that power-up process. It was fun. Okay. Let's see if I can sit down without it looking terrible. Do love a good vanilla bean. It is good. Now we can maybe do that for whenever I'm just here talking. That looks good enough. Maybe a little bit more off the top. Oh, I almost forgot a really important peel up front here. They have a really nice VRLA Tech logo. It is unobtrusive, nice and shiny, right there. I do like it. It's like a brushed aluminum look. Very nice. Oh, wait, I need this keyboard, not this one. Now we got to check our desktop view, which is probably going to be really weird. Probably need to turn off some. Oh, it's not even working at all. Okay. Let's see. First off, I got to fix my camera. 1 second, everybody. Oh my God. Okay. Turn off color key. That's not going to work, is it? That'll do it. Now to show screen, we got to add a source. Oh boy, here we go again with the ASUS capture card. Just acting dumb. Got to reset this thing like all the time. There it is. I got to bring that behind the camera here. No, not behind the background. There we go. Now y'all got to see all that stuff happen live. How about that? Okay. Oh, I'm going to actually skip through some of this stuff. At least not skip through it. I mean, just going to... It's going to make me, like, continue with limited setup, and then I got to answer questions. I do all this stuff. Actually, instead of that, we should call it what it is. Centaur. Turn off all location services, diagnostic data, advertising. Thank you. Yeah, it is going. It's technically going. I haven't switched over to it yet, and what we're probably going to do is I need to keep my stream on my main PC for this reason. I'm probably going to do a stream. I was talking to Finite Singularity about this, where we do a setup from scratch in OBS, and for that, I need to have it as a source into my streaming PC rather than using it to stream, because we don't want it to like crash in the middle of streaming. That's right, Garrett, you're asking about the codes for the giveaway. Yeah, they are from being here. So hang out, and you'll be able to hear more codes as the time goes on. Or, I mean, if you want to, for those who are watching on YouTube, you could just watch through the entirety of the stream later on, and you'll hear them now and then. It's just for those who do hang out, because there's a benefit to hanging out and hearing about this PC, seeing the performance, seeing all of that stuff. So I want to encourage that. Also, it helps my viewership, okay? Like, I'm not even going to lie about that. It helps my viewership. So, It helps me and it helps you. Where did my drive go? Where did I put my drive? Oh no, where's my drive? Dude, where's my drive? Please close. Thank you. I put it here? I put it here. All right, cool. Now we're just looking at this. No, not that. Here. We're just looking at that. Where you do what? Do a setup for crash? What? What do you mean? Okay. So if there is one thing I can tell you is the most important thing you can do to improve your experience with Windows 11. Right-click on the taskbar, go to taskbar settings, taskbar behaviors, alignment, left. Oh, so much better. I can breathe now. Anyway, there's other stuff like automatically hiding taskbar. I'm all about that. But other stuff like this. Look, search goes, instead of search box, we're going with search icon only. You can put it to hide if you want. Turn off task view, widgets, chat. There you go. And now our taskbar is super clean and on the side where it belongs. Plus we right click, unpin Microsoft Store from taskbar, and unpin Microsoft Edge from the taskbar. Look at how clean that is. Now let's take a look here and see if there is a whole bunch of bloatware here. Now, I'm interested in, what is this? What is App Shop? For the ASRock utilities. Okay, so it looks like you don't have a bunch of preloaded stuff already off the bat from ASRock. It's just the App Shop, I guess. But let's see what's in here, if anything. Look at how clean this is. You can talk about like, oh, pre-built's got bloatware. Not this one. That's as clean as you can get it. Good Lord. You do have GeForce Experience, but for the average user, that's going to be fine. They already installed Hardware Info 64, so I don't have to do that. That's from the testing of this. So good. Now we got Hardware Info 64. So this is part of their testing. This is what I use. Now we get to take a look at whether they did an important thing here. Looking at the memory, check this out. The clock is at just about 3,000 megahertz. What does that mean? Since it's double data rate, 6,000 megatransfers per second, so XMP is indeed on. We have 32 gigs of DDR5, 6,000 here, CL36, so not the tightest timings, but still good. Why is it showing the GPU is neural processing unit? Oh, GPU 0, and then GPU 1. There we go. Haha, scared me. You got me for like a second. Yeah. Now let's take a look at some other stuff because there are some things that were a bit of a mystery to me. Let's take a look at drives. NVMe drives. Oh, buddy. They have good taste over there. Let me tell you what. That SKC 3000D is actually a KC 3000 from Kingston, and the capacity is it looks like a 2 terabyte? 2 terabyte, yeah. 2 terabyte KC 3000, which the sequential read and write speeds are up to 7,000 megabytes per second on both sequential read and write as maximum. Very, very solid drive and 2 terabytes. Now, some of y'all might be wondering, what does this machine cost? Because we have the latest Core Ultra 7. Almost got me there. Almost got me there, Intel. All right. Latest Core Ultra 7. All right. Cool. And then you have a 4070 Ti Super. 16 gigs of VRAM. Great performance. It's not a huge uptick in performance over the 4070, but it is a solid one. It's a decent one. And that is a potent combination right there. You could get into 4K gaming right there. You can get into content creation right there, video editing, all that stuff, yes. What's the price on this thing? Look at the aesthetics. The fact that you got these custom cables in there. You got this RGB Kingston Fury RAM that's running DDR5 6000. And you have just about a 400, what is it? 385. What is the price on 390 or so? Just a little under $400 for the CPU, right? GPU around about $800, right? Okay. And then all the build that goes into it, the warranty you get. So this system is $2369. Nice. But yes, $2369, and you get all this. But we're going to test it because, yeah, the 4070 Ti Super is not a budget GPU, that's for sure. But neither are its capabilities. They are not a budget capability card. It's pretty high end. Sailor X says $2369.99. Yeah, there you go. Was that a guess? Mike was a little high. I guess 6400 is only with CU DIMM. For regular DIMMs, it's still 5600. That is correct. BlueFeb 95. Actually, yeah. So that is a different thing for sure. Wait, what do you mean? What's mine say, Deathly Nightshade? What do you mean? What does yours say? What does that mean? I don't get it. I must have missed something. Yeah, so BlueFeb, you're asking, doesn't it support the 6400 JDEC now? Yeah, that's with CU DIMM. Or wasn't Steve calling it QDIM or something? I was like, I don't like that. I don't want that. Don't do that. Dude, where's my drive? Oh, okay, got it. Dude, what's mine say? Sweet, what's mine say? Dude, what's mine say? I get it. Now I totally got it. Okay, that took me a minute. Okie dokie. I'm using the wrong mouse again. But look at this. They installed Hardware Info 64 for you. So that's cool. That's from the testing. That's one way to know. But this is a clean install of Windows, for sure. ASRock Utility, so it's just App Shop. I don't know if I want to mess with that. We sort of have it on cycling RGB-ness right now. I don't think that's through a button on the case. I think that's through RGB settings here. Like, they just haven't messed with it. What I would do, were I you, or were you me, if I were you, I'd probably grab Signal RGB and just toss it on there and let it handle the RGB stuff. I like Signal RGB personally because when you get motherboard softwares and start trying to, they do too much. They try to do too much. Signal RGB, do you know what it does? It does RGB. It does your lights. Like, that's it. And if you want to have some nice control over those, if you want to have super granular control, go open RGB or whatever. If you want to do something like that, but like, that is it's not as technically easy to do. It's a little harder to do. So I used to rock open RGB, and I had some fun with that. But you probably wouldn't. Goodham says Signal RGB is awesome, and I use it, but it sure doesn't mess up a lot. Does it? I've used it a few times. I haven't had any issues like that. Frankenstein, that's exactly what I said. That's my requirement, honestly. That's a bar that I set. It's an arbitrary set thing that I have, but if it's 2,000 or more, 2 terabytes, please. Cash. Big Ordy 66 Cash says, is it clean because they rushed it to you? Oh, I'm going to tell you something about the way SIs install operating systems. They don't just get the media creation tool and start from scratch. They install images. They are images with the out-of-box experience ready to go. So this is likely just the image that they have. It's just clean. I feel like I'm almost looking at Tiny 11 over here. Signal RGB and Armory Crate hate each other. I had to uninstall it because they were fighting with each other for control. Medic, that's what you got to do. You have to kind of decide between your softwares. That's one of my problems with Armory Crate, is that it tries to do everything. I can control fan curves in BIOS. Not everybody's comfortable with that. I understand. But I just control fan curves in BIOS. Let's see what else we got here. We can take a closer look at the memory if we want, but I don't know. How do y'all feel about all that info? Do you want it? I don't think so. So, we'll. I know that, some people might, but the majority won't because I know how a lot of you who come to my channel are new to PCs, and my job is not to show you how much stuff I know. It's to approach this stuff in a way that is not as overwhelming, and it can be. Wow, Dodger Dog, that's quite the emote there. Wow. Yeah, I can't have one of those like myself. I don't want to pretend I could throw it back like that. But okay, we're going to go ahead and get our sensors going so that we can get testing. Can I manage to have this to where it's like right up there? And I'll just need to keep that in mind as I do this. Now, I am running this at 1440p, but we're going to get testing now. Oh, good. Okay. Well, that happened. The old classic, well, that happened. Oh, they even got, they got FurMark already installed. How did they freaking know? Okay, did they watch some of my streams before and know exactly what? Okay, where is Cinebench? Is Cinebench in here? Hold on. Here, let's go to File Explorer. Documents, probably where some of the, downloads. No, it's all clean. It's just part of their image. Never mind. We're going to run FurMark. And if there is any weakness to the Y40, it is going to be GPU cooling. So we're going to test that out really well here. We're going to find out. Yes, yes. Or maybe they just test with the same things you do. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's very, very common to run FurMark. And FurMark is really, it's a power virus is what it is. It's just shooting as much power through the GPU as possible. That's what that fuzzy donut is doing. So let's go ahead and minimize this. Okay, I think this is going to be enough info for us. Now, for those of you not watching in 4K, these numbers might be pretty hard to see. So I'm going to call them out for you. But for the video, I'll be able to zoom in on some of these. Not a problem. Now, I went ahead and put my drive in here. There it is. We're going to go ahead and try a copy over thing. We're going to put this into documents. And that did the majority of that. The large files went out pretty quick. Let's see, it was about 900 megabytes per second. Okay. Documents. And I haven't, let me extract that. I forgot to extract that here. Well, let's try an unzipping action here. How does this do? 2.3 gigabytes. 45 seconds is pretty slow, but we'll find out. We'll see. See how this does. Wait, am I extracting it in? Yeah, it is in this PC, I believe. I might have done it in the wrong drive. Let's see, where am I doing this? I'm doing this in, yeah, documents. Okay, so this is on the native drive. Now, one thing I do know from the reviews is that when it comes to decompression, Arrow Lake is not as good as Intel, as AMD rather. Arrow Lake is not as good. Intel's not as good as AMD in general, but that trend continues between Arrow Lake and AMD's latest. That's right, Crash. That is taking a while, isn't it? Well, what if we try running Cinebench 23 while that's going? No, okay. I can go ahead and set up Steam. It's only going to slow it down, though. I really should have done this before. Sorry about that. X watching on the phone. Not going to be able to see those numbers in, but I'll call them out, like I said. Man, I must look tiny on your phone. Tiny. Hold on, let me see something. Where would it be? Is my face bigger now? That just for you. For those of you watching on big screen TVs, my apologies. Don't give me the death face. I don't deserve that. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now I can just do that. Thank you for that. That's good. Okay, we made some good progress here. I was just trying to fill the time. Why don't we do, while we're waiting, another code, guys? Time for another code. Setting it up right now. This is code. Oh, wrong one. Code 3. In all caps. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for another code? Code 3 in all caps is Centaur. 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 All capital letters. Oh, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. Hold on. Wait. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I gotta fix the number of entries for it. It's only coming through with just like one. Hold on. There. Now it's going to give you 5 entries. Code 3 is Centaur with 5 entries. Go get it. All capital letters, please. Thank you. Only 4 digits? What does that mean? Forgotten Freshness. I do like that that cult one. That's pretty cool. The way it loops like that. It worked fine for Deathly Nightshade. Hayden, you're watching this on the internet where information is freely available. Centaur, Centaur, all caps. Centaur, all caps. Rob Medina, it's worked for other people. Try refreshing, please. Chuck V, same for you. It's working for other people. Please refresh the page. Sorry for those of you who entered it super duper quickly that I updated it with just one entry. Sorry about that. It's really, you're hanging out here for a while, so like if you've gotten the other codes, it's a small percentage of it. Sorry about that, but still, sorry. You just too quick on the draw, I guess. My bad. It's a super well-known mythical creature. So Pirate Software's cult emote. Ah, that's what it is from Pirate Software. That makes sense. I have to rewind for the... It's a third code, Michelle? Third code. We're still close enough to it. It's Centaur. All uppercase, Centaur, Centaur. Because this is the VRLA Tech Centaur that we're looking at. You know, since I have this, I'm going to go ahead, because I can. I'm going to put on an even better background here. There we go. And we have it. Look at that. Look at that. So sick. Come on. Awesome. I made that myself. Yeah, like I said, it's code 3. It's a third code. You do have to put the code in the correct code entry slot. Yes. So I generally don't... I haven't been running R24, Cinebench R24, but we're going to go ahead and do that here. And these chips are good at Cinema 4D. Let me tell you, they've been topping out the charts. Ooh, those fans are kicking in. Good airflow coming out of that top there. Okay. So now the cool thing here is we can test both GPU and CPU. Let's go here to advanced benchmark. And we're going to go ahead and run the CPU throttling test for 10 minutes. I know that's boring. I'm sorry. Oh, good CPU for game dev and VFX then. At least I hope. Oh, yeah. Interesting how it's just like chilling right there. But I'm used to the way that R23 runs. Core temperatures hanging out at 73 degrees Celsius. Climbing. But the maximum has been 84 Celsius on this CPU. Dang. Okay, getting a little higher. CPU package power has maxed out at 221 watts. That's pretty high, but this is a very intense task. You know what? Hang on. I want to take note of this. So this is beating the M1 Ultra, which is, you know, it should at this point. M1 Ultra is no spring chicken at this point. I'm going to let this finish one run. Let's keep in mind that 1760 on the points so far. Let's keep that score in mind. I forgot something that was specified by Intel for review purposes that I'm going to want to take a look at. I made a chicken sandwich. What did I miss? Yep, that's the third code. Forgotten Freshness. You know what's funny? I was looking at those gaming benchmarks, and first off, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask all y'all a question. These guys were reviewing a nearly, what was it, like, what is the retail on it? It's $550. It's between $500 and $600. It's like almost $600. Whatever. I should know this. I heard it a million times today. Who the heck is going to be buying that for 1080p gaming? Who's going to be buying that for 1080p gaming? Most people who have the budget to get that high end of a CPU are going to be gaming in 1440p and 4K, where the CPU doesn't matter as much. And if you look at it, out of all the benchmarks that Gamers Nexus did, only a couple of them did any 1440p, and I don't know if they did any 4K. And it makes sense. It makes sense for benchmarking. Don't get me wrong. It makes sense from a logical standpoint, because that's where you can see. That's in 1080p low settings is when you see more CPU centric performance. But who the hell cares? No one's spending that much on a CPU for 1080p gaming unless you're Shroud. It makes no sense, practically speaking. But that's what we have to do in order to really benchmark things. And what I'm doing here, I'm not benchmarking. By the way, we're at 1990 on the points now. I need to look up other scores because I don't have any frame of reference here because I don't usually run 24. But yeah. And that's Eric Z. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier when it's something that Hardware Unboxed brought up, which is that Intel stated that they want it to be set to performance mode, not balanced. So while that's running, we're going to go ahead and check that real quick. It might affect the score, though, so we might have to run this again. Settings. I'll just go here. I'll just hit power. No, that's not the one I wanted. Damn it. Oh my gosh. Not used to this keyboard. What if I put mode? What the hell? Why is it like not as easy to find anymore? Ah. This should be it. But it's just screen and sleep. I should change that, though. I usually would just search it like that, and it would just come up, like, immediately. Yep, performance mode. What's it, game mode settings? System? No. Okay, is it game mode? So it is set for game mode, turning off stuff in the background. No, this is not what I want. Power. This is the kind of stuff where it's like I don't go browsing for it because usually I'll just search power and it would just pop right up. Power plan? Sure, let's try that. I hate this keyboard so much. Edit power plan. Choose a power plan. That's it. Thank you. Okay, show additional plans. High performance. Okay, before we click this, let's take a look here. Let's take stock. We're hitting 2002 points, 2007 points after two, and we're 3/4 of the way in. Yeah, they're hiding more and more stuff. Like I'm not an idiot here. Like they changed it. How many codes will be given tonight? Yeah, should be 5 codes. I mean, I can really do as many as I want whenever it occurs to me to do it. Crash, that's inappropriate. And no, I'm not doing that. I am spoken for. Thank you. Braithorn, go to the search tab and click on control panel. You should see settings about the power. Thank you. But I think we're good. Power plan was the, yeah, Goodham's got it. And Eric got it. And who else said power plan? Somebody else said it. I think he just told you what to kiss. Yep, kind of. I guess we'll let this finish running. I want to see if going to, high power is going to change what our max temperature hits. And it probably will. Because our max power usage was 221 watts. That probably was a spike in the beginning. Because average is ending up being, well, that I didn't reset this before. You know what? I'm not good at this. What about it? Don't try to force a code, medic. We still have quite a ways to go with our stream tonight. Yeah, we have an hour and a half left, and I've already done 3 out of 5 codes. Nah. Now we know what the code will not be for sure. Fifth code just for me. We haven't even done our 4th one yet. Why are you trying to complicate the issue? Just hurry up and finish already, please. This thing's scoring pretty good from what I can... Let me see. Let's see what the 14700K... Oh, that's the wrong keyboard again. 14700K Cinebench R24. Not. It didn't register the 1. Okay, so that scored a 2021. And this, on a balanced plan, is beating that at 2029, 2031. It looks like it changes during the test. But it's finishing up this, rendering this one. Yo, Kenneth, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So they scored 2021. And this is beating that in balanced mode, or, yeah, balanced mode is what I think it's in. While hitting a max of 86 Celsius, okay? I really need to reset these averages because now I don't have the average. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch this from balance to high performance. Let's see how that affects it. So we're not going to do a minimum test. We're just going to, well, that did adjust the score though. We'll see what it settles to. And we're going to reset this. Max temp was 86 Celsius. And start. So 2030. What's up, Soldier Boy? How's it going? Welcome. These new CPUs are pretty dialed in. Only way to go over 250 watts is to overclock it in extreme mode. That's good. That means they're not forcing that on everybody. Extra heat, extra power. I like that. Finally catching some of the stream. Can't believe work won't let me watch streams while working. I can't believe that either. How dare they? I mean, it's not just streams. It's me. Come on. So it does typically start low. We'll let it... And remember, this is after a run, too. So it's nice and warmed up. One thing that happens during the stream as well is I'll miss things that I catch in the edit. So if I don't notice, like, oh, the frequencies were a lot lower or whatever, I'll catch it later. It would be honestly really helpful to expand the core clocks as well. Wow. So we're going to have that open for a little while so we can see some behaviors. And we still have our core temperatures on the bottom. So I'm probably going to leave it like this. Guys, do not forget to drop your entries there. And if you will, please do so. Be sure, if you have an X account, follow VRLA Tech. They are really good at building PCs. I'll tell you that so far. Like, this thing is doing its job. Remember, this cooling is a Core Ultra 7 on a 240 millimeter AIO, where I was like, oh, it probably have done a 360. We have not thermal throttled once yet. Now, part of that is going to be the new way that Intel does things. But you can totally, like, no matter how Intel does things, I promise, people can still ruin cooling. They have not done so, it seems. So we're quite a bit earlier in the testing, and it's already caught up to where the other one was at the later part of the test. It's doing fine. From what I understand, though, the performance mode is more of a boost in gaming performance. I don't know how much it's going to do for Cinebench. Personally, I would throw a 360 on it just for that extra cooling. Indeed. Absolutely. Remember, guys, remember this. Okay, and I mentioned this earlier, but for those who are just coming in, if you are looking for the ultimate gaming CPU, you're not going to find it here. And guess what? Intel was pretty clear about that in their own materials. And by their own admission, they were even talking specifically calling out, like, we're probably not going to beat, we're not going to beat the 9800X3D or the 7800X3D for gaming. No, we're not. Our goal is to get near 14900K performance for less power. That was their goal. And also to drastically increase the performance in productivity tasks, in content creation, and other stuff. It's not going to be across the board, but generally speaking, that was their goal. Well, that score is dropping. Probably achieved heat soak and is now dropping on the score. So whatever. We'll see how it does. I'm used to R23 where it would just like not give you a score until the end. This whole thing about it shifting and changing, like we're even seeing the other scores as they change, which is weird. This is my first time running Cinebench R24. Which AMD chip will it beat? What does that matter? So so if your friends are like, well, I got an AMD system. What chip is it? I beat you. If you can game and have a good experience, it does not matter. For the end user, for the average end user, it does not matter. My girlfriend calls it performance mode after I've had a couple rum and cokes. Isn't that the opposite? The BIOS default should be in performance mode. Well, it's not a BIOS thing. It's an operating system thing. It is a Windows operating system thing. It's right here. Did I close it? Why can't I look at my taskbar? There we go. Power plan, under settings, go to power plan, choose a power plan, and we've chosen high performance. Balanced is what it normally is what it comes with. So it might be a good idea, if this works, it might be a good idea to have, what I'll probably have to do is off stream, run benchmarks with both performance mode on and then off. Or I can do, because I'm doing games that have built-in benchmarks and maybe some CS2. Because of that, we can probably test it pretty quickly by swapping between these two and seeing what it gets in the final frames per second. But with CS2, I can't really tell that because it doesn't have a built-in benchmark. Well, it looks like performance mode doesn't really get a noticeable upgrade to performance in Cinebench R24. I think I'm going to go ahead and close this and move on to something else. Yeah, don't you have to change in the BIOS? It is not. I just showed you. I just showed you guys what's. It's right here. It is what I'm talking about. There is a BIOS setting, but what I'm talking about is the Windows control panel setting for power options. That's what I'm talking about, and that's something that Intel stated you should probably put it to high performance if you're going to be benchmarking it. No, you're good. You're good. It's just more than one person said that. I wonder how it runs Starfield. Crash, you would be very surprised. It is actually, according to Hardware Unboxed, their top performing, at least the Core Ultra 9 is the top performing CPU in Starfield now. It's not like that in every game, I'll tell you that. In fact, it usually loses out to any X3D chip, and then 14900K surpasses it sometimes. Heck, after the latest Windows version that came out, it seems like the latest Windows version that's helping AMD and helping 13th and 14th gen is hurting performance in 12th gen and Arrow Lake. But so now you've got, in some cases, a 7700X beats this because of that. Yep. Michelle, that is absolutely true because their enterprise was their bread and butter before they ever got into gaming PCs. And it's funny to see that. Sometimes you need to know the story behind an SI to know whether it's right for you or not. And if that's something that you're interested in, VRLA Tech is awesome because that's what they focused on, was enterprise before getting into the gaming PC game. All right, I'm done with this. We'll go ahead and stop that. We'll probably do a single run in, let's do a single run in R23. Our max temperature under performance mode was 88 degrees Celsius. This 240 is perfectly handling this thing. So, yeah. And it's not saying anything about thermal throttling. Which would be, I see 0 red. There is no red here. I can go ahead and collapse this. I'll take a look at how the core clock, the multi-core sort of behaviors. But we're going to go in here. Let's go to that. Oh, it's just off. Okay. Let's just run a quick multi-core. I just want to see how it does because this I can then compare to previous tests that I've done. And start. Wow, okay. Let's just do that. Bam. Oops, did that a little late. Well, R23 runs it hotter. It actually spiked at like 90 in the very beginning and then to 84 degrees Celsius. The reason you'll see a spike in the beginning is because your cooler, your RPMs and all that stuff, it's all going to run off of CPU temps. CPU temps will spike, and then the fans will then spin up and lower your temperatures. But we're not seeing 100-degree temperatures. Look at 35,279 is really good. That's good. That is a solid score. Remember, this is not the Core Ultra 9. This to me is the one to get, not the 9. The 9 is going to be if you're like making money off of doing things that are not gaming, like if you compile code a lot, or if you do edit videos, things like that. You don't get the super top of the line CPU with all of the cores unless you're in that position, or unless you could just afford to do it and you don't care. But this right here, I'm interested in. Let me see, because I had that search window open before. Let me see how it is quick though. It is quick. Remember that this is a 20-core CPU. It is only lacking 4 cores as compared to the Core Ultra 9, and those are efficiency cores that it is lacking. But to be clear though, those efficiency cores have gotten quite a boost from 14th gen, 13th gen Raptor Lake refresh, whatever you want to call it. They really put a lot of work into the efficiency cores. Okay, 14700K scored a 33,572. We are almost 2,000 points up. We're 1,800 points up on Cinebench R23. While not even hitting 100, we're not even hitting 90 degrees. At least it did in the very beginning. Actually, I should be clear about that. 86 degrees Celsius though. 86 degrees Celsius was the max after I had reset it. So it beats it while running cooler. That's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. I knew they said it wasn't gonna be the best gaming CPU. They said it to us. They told us. Now, for those of you who have missed out on codes, after the stream, I'm going to go in and add more ways to enter. I'll do that just because there's going to be people who are like, whoa, these secret codes, and I have to go watch your stream, and you're boring. Why are you bald? I can't answer all those questions, okay? That was only one question in there, honestly. So I do want there to be more ways to enter for those who are coming in later, but each one's going to be worth just one entry. These codes are going to be the best way to enter. Oh, again. Sellout X2. Hello again. I got that PC you showed me and I fixed my spelling. Interesting. How's it running for you? All right, y'all win. There's your code. I've already talked about that on Stream Crash. I don't feel like going into it again. What's up, Walleye? How's it going? So what I'm telling you though, the reason I'm telling you all that is that I want you guys to be able to I'll update on X and in the announcements channel. Hey, there are now more ways to enter. Here's a link, and so that those of you who are here, you would lose out on those entries if you just enter now with the codes and then you don't check back later. So I'll make sure y'all know when there's more ways to enter, and it's going to be stuff like follow on Twitch, which is free. Follow me on Twitch, which is free. Visit VRLA Tech's YouTube channel. You don't have to subscribe. You just visit it, take a look at some of the content they have if you want. You don't have to have a look. You just go to you click through. It's like, all right, here's your entry. But yeah, that's stuff I'm going to add in tomorrow. So keep an eye out. But there's your new code. That is code number 4. I put it in chat, and y'all win. There it is. Take a look in chat. Pay attention, people. Okay, Broga, that's pretty hilarious, actually. It fits amazingly well. Hey, Bray, what kind of chair do you have? Is that a steel case chair? It is indeed the steel case lift. And it's awesome. Rurutu, why wouldn't you say hi to me? What the hell? All right, chopped liver. All right. So this thing kicks butt at Cinema 4D. Now it's time for Furmark. Let's see how the GPU cooling is. Oh, Furmark 2, it says. Oh, I should totally run the GPU test. Hold on a second. No, God, no. I can't Alt F4 out of this? Really, Microsoft? That is... Wow. There you go. What a piece of crap. I hate that. So Furmark took me to a website. I hit Furmark 2 and it took me to a website. Why would it do that? Oh, because it was a website, clearly. Because it clearly has the... Okay, that's my bad. That's on me. Let's put this at 1440p. Okay, we're going to change our view here to look at GPU stuff. Oh, I was like, wait, is there a drive in here I didn't know about? That's my drive. That's my, yeah, that's my external drive. Okay. And reset and go. Do not stare directly into the fuzzy donut. So currently GPU power, the maximum so far has been 285 watts. It's pretty much on par for this thing. Temps are looking solid so far, but we got to let it heat up. We got to let it soak, achieve equilibrium. No, I finally gave in. With the new ones, it's now socket LGA 1851. It is not a drop-in upgrade. You would need to buy a new motherboard. And some people have told me directly, I'm going to wait for the B class boards, and that's totally fine. This is a Z890. I don't know enough about this board, and that makes me feel weird about it. Looks like an eye to me, an eye with fire. It could be that, I guess. It really doesn't matter. It's just a way of shoving as much power as possible through your GPU and testing it. Can I get a fuzzy Mudang instead of a donut? Rurutu, Mudang grows up, it would murder you. Hippos kill people. Why is everyone so obsessed with a tiny, shiny little... Okay, it's kind of cute. All right, it's fine. What's up, Bananas? I always undervolt GPU nowadays. You can do that. Which Z890 is this? ASRock Pro. Z890 Pro. Sellout, why didn't you tell me about your PC? was asking about it. Everyone got so quiet on YouTube just because they gave another code. Subjiga said IDK the codes. I don't know the codes. Yeah, you had to be watching to know the codes. So the pygmy hippo, they're only 300 pounds full grown. Well, okay, it would still probably try to murder your ankle. All right, Rurutu, are you happy? It was one of the most intriguing looking tests. Michelle, don't stare into it. You will get lost. Oh God, you made me look into it. I'm okay. What program is this to test GPU? This is Furmark. Gives me Eye of Sauron vibes. I see you. Sorry, also monitoring cameras. That's okay, Sailor. You're good. Oh man, I could go for a Krispy Kreme right now that I think about it. Damn it. Freaking Furmark. Max temperatures so far. Let's see what we're at. Max temperatures 64.5. 64.5 Celsius. What? Just to let you know, the GPU thermal limit is 84 degrees Celsius. 64.5 is the maximum, and we are 4 minutes in. You are not, gaming is not going to push your CPU, your GPU this hard for this long. Generally, once like you say you go from indoors to outdoors and it loads everything, and yeah, okay, cool, it's got to do all this stuff. It's not necessarily going to push it this hard for this long because Furmark pushes it as hard as it can possibly be pushed. Like, just to give you an idea, the maximum power that it has hit during this test is 285 watts. The average is 278 since I hit it. So it's staying right around the maximum power there. How dare you make me want a Krispy Kreme right now at 11:47 p.m. Look, when I have a problem, I share the problem. Can you hear the GPU fans? Not over the case fans. I'm going to be honest, they're not quiet. So no, I can't really hear the GPU fans. I also don't really hear any major coil whine. I might, if I opened this, I should. Why would I open it? We're in the middle of a thermal test. I was almost going to open that thing. I cracked it open and I was like, nope. Put a Hypno Toad in this benchmark. That'd be a bit on the nose, I think. Elephants greater than hippos. I live 2 blocks from Dunkin' Donut. I also have a donut place somewhat near me, and it's temptation every day. Mosquitoes are better than elephants. Broga, why would you ever say that? They're awful. Okay, I think 5 minutes we're at 5 minutes 48 seconds. I think that's enough because our max temp has not gone over 64.7 degrees Celsius, 64.8. So it's still slightly climbing. We'll let it run a little longer. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and chill out. Play with Voltron a little bit. Batteries are dead. Hold on, could I make him... Okay, his arm can't go over far enough to make him dab. That's as close as I got to dabbing. That's unfortunate. However, our buddy Krillin here can absolutely dab. Hey, it's VRLA Tech. How's it going? VRLA Tech is in YouTube chat. Say hi, everybody. You came in at the perfect moment. Right when I'm showing that my Krillin figurine can dab, but my Voltron cannot. No, we're running stress tests. So yeah, I was laughing over the fact that like I usually run hardware info 64. It was already installed. I usually run Firmark for GPU stress testing. It was already installed. Like, same brain. This is still slowly climbing, and I do feel the air getting pretty warm coming out of the case. This is how that runs. But I gotta say, nice build you got there. Oh yeah, it is looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty dang nice. I have the glass on it, of course, because we're stress testing it. But oh no, I had a lot to say about the quality of the build, all that. My only notes were like maybe we should have gone with a 360 instead of a 240, or even maybe a 280 instead. But the CPU temperatures were great. We never had a problem. I even switched it in Windows to high performance rather than the balanced power plan, and it never went over what, chat, 88 degrees Celsius? We're so used to seeing it hit just like bam, 100 degrees. Nope. Hayden, you got to save the Bray Raid emote for when we're raiding. Just saying. But yeah, I already said it. So it's gonna have to happen now. Next time I'm in SoCal, I want to high five whoever built this because they did a really, really good job. In a rush, in a hurry, like really good job. Okay, now that you're here, I guess we'll do 6 of them overall. Now that we're here, I'm going to let you choose the 5th. What we did was, we have just follow VRLA Tech on Twitter, or X, whatever, and follow me on Twitter. That's a way to get entries into the giveaway, right? Now, what we've been doing throughout the stream is we've been doing secret codes to get a few more entries. And now you get to choose the 5th one. It needs to be single word, all caps. What would you like it to be? I've already done some of the obvious stuff. Humanity, I have never banned you before. We're close, though. Getting close. Forgotten Freshness was impressed. Nice. Bray, can you tell us on Twitch the codes? Hayden, that's not how this works. It was just for those who have been here. And that's kind of the point. But I guess you could watch the VOD on YouTube or on Twitch afterwards and see it. You do that. They're not going away. It's just, it means that it's a way to make sure you don't miss anything of the unboxing experience, the testing experience, and all that by being here for it. This is a hard one. It's not, anything that comes to mind. Here's the bonus. If you say something that I've already done, then I'll have to say that, and then the people over on YouTube will know that that's what the code is, for one of them anyway. Then they got to figure out which one it is, because they are numbered, code 1 through 4 through 5. Oh, that's it. That's the one, everybody. All right. That, you see, you got it exactly right. Are y'all going to tell me they don't know me over there? Code 5 is all capital letters, purple. And it is going live in 3, 2, 1. Refresh the giveaway and enter code purple for code 5. All uppercase. Town Scott, thank you very much for coming over for numbers. Igor, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs for the community. Let's go, nerds. Tier 1 sub for Ghost Poner 87 and 3D Effects. Welcome to the Swarm. Wait, hold on. I gotta. Welcome to the Swarm. Let's go, nerds. Thank you. Also, I went ahead and explained why we went with the white cables instead of purple. Because if it was for me, I would say purple cables. But it's for some lucky winner. So we're keeping with the whole white aesthetic. By the way, I have to compliment so many of your hardware choices here. Power supply, the Corsair Shift, and the cable management with that. So you have all of your power connectors on the side there, so you can add more or check that they're connected and all that. Very cool. All Kingston stuff, Kingston Fury RAM, the KC3000 Kingston storage, 2 terabytes, very fast. Love it. Freaking awesome. The GeForce, the Gigabyte Aero GPU, phenomenal. I love this system. I wish I was keeping it, but I'm not. I'm giving it away. Thank you for that. Thank you for sending this so quickly. Thank you for providing a PC for the giveaway, to giveaway. And thank you for getting one here on time so we can test out this CPU. Nobody has reviews of this CPU out. All right, I think we're done. That's what I was waiting for. We're done. Our max temperature that we have reached was 78.5 on the hotspot, 66 degrees Celsius, flat even on the overall GPU temperature. Hotspot is hotter. That's what it's always going to be. It's hotter. I don't know why that temperature caught my attention. The actual GPU temperature overall, 66 degrees Celsius maximum. Very good. Very good. Okay. We're ready to shut this down here. There we go. Now we get to run some gaming benchmarks. So that means I got to hook this thing up to the internet. And I have to install Steam. So I'm going to do that. Let's go back over here while I'm doing this stuff, putting in my personal information and all that. Y'all don't need to see that. You don't need to. You're not going to. Ed, thank you for the $2 super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Dodger Dog, that's great. That's great. You took humanity's thing and ran with it, I guess. Being in SoCal myself, it would be good to recommend a local builder. San Diego. Nice. PC is gorgeous. It is indeed. Is it not? It is. It really came out nice. And I like it. I like it quite a bit. So one thing that I found interesting was that so I don't own Black Myth Wukong. I know it got to be really popular really fast, but they have a just a benchmark, a separate benchmark that's free. Why is it update really? Fine. Should have updated that before. Tech Testers has a U7 265K review. Oh, nice. Good. How did that go? Gohana getting a PC in 2 weeks. Awesome. Oh, by the way, guys, I might have mentioned this earlier in the stream, but this is also in the description of the YouTube stream. But you can get $50 off a PC at VRLA Tech with code Braithorn. There you go. Vampire Survivors can be actually pretty hard to run once you get to like really late game stuff, because the screen is just insanely covered with effects and synergies. It's pretty crazy. Wait, where is the... There it is. Oh, it's under tools. Okay, so I've never run this one. Let's go into here. I've never run this. But let's give it a shot. Whenever I buy something somewhere, even if it's just a corner store, I'm just going to ask if they have promo code Braithorn. It sounds good to me, Sebastian. Excuse me. Yeah, I have never run this. I don't know what this is going to be like. We will find out. This game did look pretty awesome, but it looked like a Souls-like in gameplay, and I've never been good at those. I'm terrible. Terrible. Does PC come with Furry Donut? Apparently it does come with Furmark installed. Fine, whatever, just go. Coming in, my friend, what in the world do we need to do to be in the running to win that gorgeous rig? Check the description. There is a giveaway link there. And you just got to follow a couple accounts on Twitter, X, whatever. Now, throughout the stream, we've been giving out hidden codes, secret codes. You could watch the VOD and get those. Faintly visible, sure. I don't... Disagree. Don't take my info, please. But yeah, you guys could watch the VOD to go and get those codes. But yeah, it's just a thing that encourages you to stick around, and or at least even later watch through it and get a really good feel for this PC, rather than just like, oh, giveaway link, bam, bam. Oh, I didn't win. Who cares? The purpose is to show you guys what VRLA Tech can do. And remember, though, this is actually kind of a good situation, because if there's any weirdness to the system, it's probably the new Intel launch, because it's a fresh platform. There's always going to be early adopter woes. But I can tell you that there's nothing here going on that's based on build quality, and I mean, other than it running the way it should. Let's see settings. Display settings. Motion blur off. Why does it have strong as an option? Oh, hold on a second. Can you go away? Okay, I gotta exit this. There's something I forgot to do. I forgot to make sure that and this is something you should always do, guys, especially if you get a new monitor. Go to your display settings, right click on the desktop, go to display settings, then go to advanced display. Yeah, we're running 60 hertz on the monitor when we can do 144 hertz. So make sure you do that. You don't want to spend a bunch of money on a monitor and just run at 60 hertz. There we go. Nice and smooth. Wow. Fermit, they do have AMD builds already. I'm not sure if Intel outnumbers AMD there, but yeah. I'm certain they're I mean, just like the rest of us. I mean, for pure gaming PCs, 9800X3D is going to be the next big thing. I mean, that's just, if it's 3D cache, it wins at gaming because it's got that cheat code of the Vcache. Maybe we can get you to play Elden Ring. I just told you, Crash, that I don't like Souls-like games. I have tried Elden Ring. I didn't like it. Oh, can you tell the specs of the PC? Can I tell you the specs of the PC I'm getting and tell me if it would be good? Doesn't Brady usually respond to these type of chat requests? He usually works off his list. There's a lot that goes into deciding what PC is needed. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. But also, this stream is for unboxing, testing, and reviewing a PC. It's not a PC matchmaking stream, so it's not what I'm doing right now. Settings, display. I guess we'll cap it. Well, no, we're not going to cap it. And why is it 120 for the cap? We have 144 going on. Anyways, whatever. This is fine. Display frame rate. Okay. We're not looping the benchmark. Alrighty. Let's do it. This is a newer game. Probably a little harder to run. Let's see how it does. Wow, that's gorgeous. Holy crap, this is a beautiful game. This must be really hard to run. We're in a boat together, everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh. Looks like we're doing anywhere from 110 to 125 FPS. It's going to fluctuate depending on what's being tested here and there, you know? Hello, Fuzzy Man. How are you? How's it going? How you doing? That statue head just looks like it's done. It is just done with your nonsense. What's up, Gamer Kid? How's it going? Yeah, this is gorgeous. This is whenever I talk about AAA cinematic titles, this is what I'm talking about, because you basically have two major types of game, right? You have your AAA cinematic titles. You run that over 60 FPS, you're probably going to have a good time no matter what. Over 60 is usually fine for that, because you're there for, I mean, movies run at 24 frames per second, okay? Like 60 is usually fine for a cinematic title like that. And then you have your higher frame rate, you know, esports title. And then there's kind of games in between that. But the higher frame rate ones, you look at Rainbow Six Siege and you'll be getting like 700 frames per second. So, yeah, this looks really good. We're not in a boat anymore, unless the boat was also its all-terrain vehicle as well. I just feel like if we go up in the clouds, I'm gonna be like, I can show you. I can't really sing that because then we'll get copyright claimed because I'll do it too perfectly. God, this game is gorgeous. It went up to 133 FPS. This is good. We're going to see the average. We'll see the highs and the lows and all the max and then the lows. But that is that's my new favorite benchmark. Full ray tracing off, motion blur off. Motion blur off. Average 120 FPS, max 135, minimum 44. That's a pretty big delta there. But let's see what our max temperature we reached during that was. I should have had this up front, actually, the whole time. Max temperature is 66 degrees Celsius still. It has not gone over that. Holy Toledo. That's a great... That looked super smooth. It looked gorgeous. I was really happy with that. It looked really good. Everything set to very high settings. Graphics preset, just very high settings. Okay. We had a major dip right here, which is why they had the lowest was at 44. So there was that's it. Other than that, it stayed above 100 FPS the entire time. It's quite good for a AAA title. My 7950X radio was having issues, but luckily someone had the same issue I had on YouTube, so I was able to fix it. There's always someone who's had the same problem you're having, and they have fixed it. Forgotten French, so I got lucky and found a $700 Corsair IPS LED 240Hz monitor for $300 from their eBay page. It's refurbished because it was missing cables. That's awesome. Forgotten Freshness. That's a great deal. Rurutu, I love that. I saw that earlier. I didn't see that earlier. I just saw that now, but you put it earlier. Stay a while and listen. That guitar track for Diablo 1, some of the best video game music ever made. Ever made. Fight me. Okay. Close that out. We go to Cyberpunk. Now here's the thing, guys. According to Hardware Unboxed, whatever's causing, like, because there's a couple games where it's clear, like, oh, there's something not great about the performance in this game for this CPU. Intel Core Ultra 200S, not great for Cyberpunk. Like, it's not performing well for Cyberpunk. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. What the hell? Continue with that account. Play. But regardless, we just want to know if it's playable. We're not doing charts here. We're not trying to see which one's better so that you can spend $200 more to get 5 frames per second more. I don't care about that. Is this thing right here going to give you the experience you want? Now, why am I running all this at 1440p? 1440p is quickly becoming the most popular resolution. It's the fastest growing. Yes. It's the fastest growing resolution on Steam hardware servers. And it's where most people who come to my streams and put in their, fill out the form, most people, more than half, a lot more than half, have said, I want to do 1440p. Makes sense to test this system at that resolution. Can a 4070 Ti Super do 4K? Absolutely. But you just need to modulate your settings. You need to mess with the settings a little bit if you're going to do 4K. No. Why does it every time it turns this off? Trying to run a show here? Alright, we're just going to do the standard settings here. Whatever auto set to, Ray Tracing Ultra, DLSS, Super Resolution is on at auto. I don't know about auto. Let's put it to balance. Makes more sense to me. Apply, frame generation is off, texture quality is high. No ray reconstruction, no adjusting the sharpness. Running it like this. All I did was change it to where it's a concrete setting for DLSS instead of auto. Because that can switch between them, and then we'll have... Oh. It always does that. Humanity. God, the lag on YouTube. Humanity just said, music is loud. Sorry about that. No, I'm going to re-say the stuff. I get it. I get it. Okay. So looking through this, we had, okay, I'll go back to this there. So, all right. So these are the auto settings right here that it chose. I'm going to take it off of auto for DLSS because then it's going to fluctuate between quality and performance and yada, yada. No, we want to set it to balanced. We're going to set it to balanced. There we go. But we're leaving it. It's my capture card. How much you want to bet? Capture card freaked out. There it is. Yeah, it was my capture card. Tons of mid-range GPUs can run most games at 1440p well above 100 hertz. That's true. Back in my day, you can only play music at 11. Okay, what was I saying? So we're leaving all the other settings the same, though. Texture quality high, frame generation off, ray reconstruction off. Now, this became custom, but it was automatically at ray tracing ultra. And that's what we're changing. We're changing this to balanced, and that's it. That's what changes this to custom. So 1440p ray tracing ultra, except that we have chosen balanced DLSS instead of letting it choose for us on the fly. So that's it. Let's go ahead and run the benchmark. Still here on YouTube, lag and all. Thank you. Like in TV commercial games, always have the volume set to max. Indeed. Oh. Hold on. Son of a... Great, now I gotta sit through this. Capture card again. Now it's probably this. There we go. C6 Delta, doing okay. We're all fine, doing all right. Testing out the new Core Ultra 7. And this system from VRLA Tech that's turning out awesome. Turned out quite good. So I'm not seeing too much weirdness from DLSS. Usually at the edges of things, you'll see some stuff going on. It's looking pretty good. And our frame rate is solid. 106.31. Now, this again is a game in which the new Core Ultra CPUs did not score well, according to Hardware Unboxed, for either the 285K or the 245K. And I'm willing to bet the 265K, although I have different settings from them. They run everything at 1080p. So those numbers we can't really compare to. But no, everything's looking pretty good. Let's do this real quick. Just to show what's there. There we go. Now I got a snapshot of that. That looked fine to me. So let's go ahead and go to settings here. And we'll go to non-ray tracing here. That's going to be more of a test for the GPU, really. So no ray tracing, and we're setting it to auto here. Oh, really? Okay, this thing is just starting to act up a lot here. What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? It's not the first time this capture card has, like, messed me up like that. Thanks, Asus. It's just the buggiest freaking capture card I've ever owned, and I've owned quite a few. You're gonna behave now? Okay. And we will do the same thing here again. There we go. So we have it set to... Oh, wait, we got to turn that off. There we go. We're just running. So what we're going to do is do this. We're going to run it in high and ultra settings with no scaling, no AI stuff, just high settings, high texture quality. That's it. We'll just see how this does. Although really the test would be better if we put it in the lowest settings possible, run at 1080p, but no one's going to buy this system to run it like that. That's my point, is that I run these things the way that you guys would run the games. Mostly with out-of-the-box settings. You would run the default settings that the game does. You might not even go look in your settings. You might just hit play game. And the realistic thing for me to show you is what your experience is going to be like when you do the thing you're probably going to do. Now, getting used to going into your settings and making a few adjustments, learning how you can kind of massage the settings a bit just to get them to give you a little bit better performance without cutting out too much visual fidelity. That's good to know, but you're not required to do it, and it will work without you doing that. We'll just apply this. Let's just run it. Let's run it. And hope it doesn't freeze again, because it's been doing that. Thanks for the stream catching. The next one you got is Silent Rage. And I think we lost capture card again. We did indeed. Okay. It's happening like every 2 minutes. All right. See, this is with no ray tracing on, just high ultra settings with high texture quality, no DLSS, no AMD FSR, just performance. And it's about the same without DLSS, but that's because we took out ray tracing. So if you don't care about ray tracing, you don't have to have DLSS going on or FSR. You can run this in Ultra 1440p, and that's the experience you would get. If you want to turn off ray tracing and turn off any AI aids to help out with frame rates. There you go. Balances out. And let me hide my camera again just real quick to show all of that. Okay. All right. Sorry headphone listeners for earlier. Are you serious right now? Okay. Okay. Let's just... It's literally happening every 2-3 minutes right now. Let's see if it was just that game. The thing is, the PC, whenever I would just have I would reboot my capture card, which is an external capture card, not part of this system. Whenever I would do that, it would come back and it was still running whatever it had been running. There was no problem. We're just going to try some CS2 because all I've been running so far is AAA cinematic titles. Let's see what kind of frame rates we get running 1440p high settings in this fast-paced game. That is indeed easier to run than... okay, let's go here. Advanced video. Actually, it's under game, telemetry. And we're going to have always showing frame time and FPS. Practice, dust 2 is what I always do. Casual, so I can throw a smoke. All right. My God, I'm not even playing online. I do have to admit, this is a very loud system. But that's probably more a feature of the case rather than the build itself. Oh, I mean, that's just what it is. Okay. Smoke grenade. And a deagle. Oh my God. There were like 4 of them right there. What the heck? Anyway, what are we getting for frames? That's really small, but it's showing... I'll be able to zoom in for the video. Average FPS is going between 330 and 330 FPS and 350. Oh, and my capture card went out again. I haven't thrown a smoke. I have to get just that footage, okay? It's going to tank the FPS, but that's how it goes with particle effects. Whatever. Volumetric stuff, volumetric lighting. I don't know. It's not lighting. It's whatever. It's smoke. Is the giveaway international? Unfortunately, it is contiguous U.S. only. Unfortunately, at times shipping internationally, it may cost as much as the PC itself to ship it safely, that distance. So, AverMedia HDMI 2.1 4K capture cards never let me down. Forgotten Freshness, that hasn't even been out long enough for you to say the word never. But I guess you could technically say it. But I talked to AverMedia at TwitchCon. I got to reach out to them because they were like, you're using the Asus one? Oh, damn. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, I don't know. Can y'all lose already? All right, cool. I got a job to do. All right. This is why I usually play deathmatch, but then I can't buy grenades. Okay. Okay, smoke grenade. All right. So we're averaging 330, 329, 330. Throw the smoke. And it goes down to 250. I've seen worse. Not bad. Sure, whatever. What? Whoa. Those are counter-terrorists. What the heck? Anyways, that's fine. It didn't record it. God, come on. This capture card is going to be... I'm going to have a heart attack. No. Aneurysm. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Now I got to wait through this again. No. Please, I just want to show those numbers. Are we seeing it now? Are we good? Everybody good? We're good? All right, good. Awesome. Okay, showing average 330 FPS. Throw a smoke bomb, and you'll find that it goes down to about 270. 250. Not bad. That made me so angry. Oh, that's a wall. I am running into a wall. Okay. Something I think something happened here, guys. Oh yeah, that's a bad guy. Hey, no, come back here. He looked like a terrorist from the back. Bots are terrible. I should be dead. I'm not. Bots are terrible. I'm just waiting for this to... Yep, there it is. Okay, got it. Good. That's all I need. I was just waiting for it to fail. I said that right at that moment. I was like, I'm just waiting for this to fail, then I'll quit. Yeah, there it was. Yep. Do deathmatch. No waiting. Deathly Nightshade. I specifically said I'm not doing deathmatch because I needed to buy a smoke grenade and throw it. I said that. I said it. I know I did. You can't tell me I didn't. I know I said it. Too many high quality pixels for the capture card. I think maybe it's just overheating. Oh, my PC crashed, so meh. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. You got to understand the frustrating kind of experience I just went through, but I suppose you did as well. Like, oh my God, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve for this game to do that to me. There. All right. Huh. Was that so odd? It is indeed a gorgeous PC. I really do like it. That one thing I didn't do. Well, first off, I mean, let me see if this will work long enough to look at this. Okay. Oh, no, it's not working long. Hold on. Okay. First off, there's something in the recycling bin. What is that? Microsoft Edge. I did that. Haha, that's me. But I didn't look at this app shop. My advice again is probably just going to be to get something like Signal RGB, or specifically Signal RGB, to run your RGB. It's awesome. Item update. But now here I'm getting into like the motherboard software and. Hello, can I change my RGB, please? Okay. What have I got? Do not install Norton. The Polychrome Sync is your RGB LED utility. If you don't install this, it's basically going to be running the default colors, and that's fine. I wouldn't do this. I would not do this. So I'm not going to. We'll leave it with the nice colors that it's doing right now, and I'm going to stop using this PC before I end up throwing that capture card through the wall. And then essentially through the neighbor's wall, and then the neighbor's wall beyond them. You got the capture card from Beetlemax, didn't you? Nope. Got this from Amazon, and it's an Asus product. You know what? You're getting unfreaking plugged. There you go. Asus product. Asus Tough. What is this? Asus Tough Gaming Capture Box CU 4K 30. And it unequivocally sucks. It's a terrible capture card. It has given me nothing but problems for the entire time I've owned it. No, not a free PC. Just this little hockey puck of sadness. That's what that is. Hate this thing. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Centaur from VRLA Tech. It did awesome. It looks awesome. It performs really well. Nothing overheated. So remember this, guys. Remember this when there's someone out there who maybe a couple weeks ago was like, yeah, man, nah, Intel needs to do good. Yeah, because it sucks. AMD, blah, blah, blah. Maybe Intel's going to be... And then they're just like, it doesn't game good. Even after Intel told everybody, it's not going to be the best gaming CPU. This is going to be for this, and that, and efficiency, and this and that. It did everything that they proposed, from what I can tell, though it's not going to be exactly by the numbers that they said, those vague numbers that they put out. The concept of what they're trying to do, I get it, and it seems to be doing the job. But when it comes down to it, you can stare at charts all day long. What I wanted to know, for y'all's sake, was if you got this PC, plugged it in, could it do all the stuff without overheating and do it well? And it did. I appreciate all of the effort that my colleagues in Tech YouTube do to test all these games at 1080p, to really stress the CPU that way, even though I don't think it's realistic that someone's going to spend $500 on a CPU, then $100 on a 1080p monitor to run it on. Some people do that. All right. Most people who are discerning like that or spending a ton of money on their system wouldn't, but still, that's how you test it. That's how it's tested. That's how it's always been tested. So I get it. But as much as I appreciate the hard work that they put into all that, I think we lose sight of the fact that, like, it's not always going to be a massive, huge generational uplift in performance, especially with a new platform, because there's going to be they got to set the baseline. They got to, like, this is the new. That's what it is. New socket, new chipset, new CPUs, new architecture, new everything. And this worked really well with everything we tried to do. That's all I want. That is all I can ask for. And for most pre-built buyers, that's all y'all should care about, probably, is like, here's going to do the job. Now, the reason I like this thing also is because it doesn't cost $550, whatever the price of the Core Ultra 9 is. This CPU is like almost $200 cheaper, and it did super well because we have the Core Ultra 7. It's only lacking 4 efficiency cores versus a Core Ultra 9, only a little bit of frequency, using a little bit less power, and it's doing really well. I'm very happy with this, and I think we went with the right CPU. It all went really well. So for naysayers out there, you can keep saying nay, but you won't necessarily be right. Give Intel a little bit of time to work out the kinks. This is going to be a great platform. I really believe that. If you're just gaming, sure. 3D V-Cache, X3D chips. Go that route. They're a one-trick pony, usually, unless they make some drastic changes for 9000 series, which I would love to see. It's going to remain a one-trick pony. This thing can do it all. So that's my take on that. Well, that's a better review than I was expecting. Well, Brandon, the thing about it is, well, there you go. It's from all the stuff I just said. I'm not going to go into all of it again, but it's all the stuff I just said. So here's what we're going to do. I don't know. No. You do say Bray a lot. You do say Bray a lot. That is true. I was like, Slayer? What? No, he said Sayer. Give me just a second, guys. Windows, Microsoft. If I want to expand a window, I want it to not be a single pixel that I need to hover over in order to be able to do that. Can you please fix that? Stop breaking Windows and start fixing it, please, because that is such a terrible quality of life feature. Okay. So you guys need to hang tight because I still have to tell you one more code, don't I? You guys need to hang tight. One more code, don't I? You guys need to hang tight. So here's the fun part. One more code, don't I? You guys need to hang tight. So here's the fun part. You know who's going to come up with the code? So here's the fun part. Whoever we raid on Twitch. Whoever we raid on Twitch. That's right, everybody. Okay, I got the audio. I have no headphones in. I got no headphones in, so yeah. Whoever we raid on Twitch is coming up with the last and final code, everybody. That's right. You actually have to stay for a raid. Oh my gosh. And yes, it's worth an additional 5 entries to the giveaway. So I hope y'all are ready to come along for the ride. YouTube chat, after they come up with the code, I'll come over and type it out in YouTube chat. So hang tight. Nice build, and it is as advertised. Indeed it is. So who do I want to put this responsibility on. I think we should go with... Well, we just rated Mired Media. I think we'll raid Emmett. He might be down to do it. VRLA Tech, thank you for making this happen. I truly appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you want to be part of this epic raid, there's a link in the description to move over to Twitch and join in. But that, like, I'll come back afterwards and I will drop the final code in chat on YouTube, so you can stick around even after the stream ends, and I will drop the code right there. I don't think people have said this, but I'm grateful that you did a good detailed breakdown for it. I had an enjoyable evening that was off the cuff. I'm happy. Let's go, nerds. Thank you, Darkman. Appreciate that. All right. So I'm giving y'all a couple minutes for anyone who wants to join in on the Twitch raid. Just click the link in the description for the Twitch stream. And yeah, VRLA Tech, I set up the giveaway for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, we'll do the drawing. Funny enough, it's on the day of the launch of 9800X3D, whatever. But 2 Thursdays from now, we'll pull that winner. And I'm going to go ahead and afterwards and add a few more ways to enter on the giveaway. And for those of you watching, those aren't there right now, but watch my Twitter, watch my Twitter or the announcements channel on the Discord, and I'll inform y'all when the new entry options are there. It's just going to be beyond just following on Twitter, X, whatever. It's going to be a little more than that. So, okay. We're going to be going ahead and doing this here in a minute. I don't know if I want to... Let me see what it's looking like for Emmett right now. Who else? Okay, he's about to play a mini game in Super Mario Party. Let me see. Can't go that route. Liger Zero is playing Helldivers. Okay, we're going to raid Emmett. I hope this doesn't annoy him. All he has to do is say... I'm going to ask him to say a single word. Okay, just a single word, and that's going to be the code. All right, other than that, just if you're here for the raid, drop that Bray Raid emote. Don't do it a bunch of times, but don't do it like 80 lines of it. It's a good way to get... I don't know. You know what? You do what you want. You live your best life. But we're about to do this. Let's get it going. Otherwise, chat, y'all have been awesome. Thank you for hanging out for this. Again, huge thanks to VRLA Tech for this. I'm really happy with how the PC turned out, and y'all got it done in record time. So thank you so much for that. Someone is going to be very, very lucky to win this PC, and I'm looking forward to that. And they don't know it, but so are they. Oh, wrong keyboard again. All right, everybody. Let's go drop by and say hi to Emmett. And thank you again, VRLA Tech. Thank you guys for watching. I have been Brayathorn, and I probably will continue to be. But for this stream, that's going to be it. YouTube viewers, stay in chat. As soon as we have that last code, I'm going to go into chat, and I'm going to drop that for you, okay? But let's do this. How many people are coming over? No, you're awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. YouTube, I know you're going to see the ending screen. Still stick around in chat. Code's coming in. All right, incoming code later on. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see y'all in the next one. Until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!